But it doesn't say you have to congregate, by the way. It doesn't.
You don't have to congregate, though.
No. It never said that. It said, believe it in me, and thou shalt be saved.
Yeah.
That's what the Bible says. Ask the evangelist to them, correct me. Come here and come about it in the come. You see, we grew up in the church too, you know. But evangelist now, back to the thing now. I don't get what you were saying between betting and gambling. I didn't get it. Did you get it, Orville?
No.
Because I know it's your boy.
When they say he's my boy, what do you mean?
You know what I mean, man. Must tell you, man. You must have people coming like Gavin. When you must have people and can't take must.
No, I'm just asking you to clarify.
Okay, your boy. I mean, all right. He's one of your favorite callers. You like him?
Oh, and you are what?
No, man. I'm one of your favorite callers, but you don't like me when it comes to discussing sports.
Why, Diego?
But element. Yeah. Go back to my thing now. You understand what he was? Go give me an example of it. Me and my wife goes to the casino. She goes to the slot machine. I go to the Just Bet window, where they call Just Bet, and I bet on the. What? It's gambling. It's betting. I don't understand what he was trying to differentiate. Do you understand over it?
No, I didn't get it.
You know.
Well, I can tell you what he was saying. You want me to tell you what he was saying? He's saying.
Go ahead.
He's saying when you go on the stock exchange, he's seeing that different than when you are going to bet that United will beat Man City. It's different. Both of them are gambling.
Different form of gambling. Yeah.
What's a different form of gambling? Yeah.
Because
you're putting up money to try and earn more on your money. Yeah. One is more risky than one, but both are still risky.
Yes. Simple.
Because the stock exchange can crash, you know.
Indeed. Yes. Zidane, you want when the markets crash, I'm in Wall Street. You know much people commit suicide?
Yes, man, we hear about it.
We
read about it, man.
You must have read about it.
Read about it, man. Yes.
They jumping from the Empire
State Building. Man, jump from building, man. When all of the money gone, my boss.
All right.
As long as there's a risk involved and you're hoping to get more than what you put in, that's gambling. Yeah.
So it seemed like he was trying to justify some about the church when Jesus come and Jesus vexed with them because they been gambling. I don't know much either, but maybe we can clear it up, Orville.
I remember
the
story about Christ throwing the people out of the temple. I don't know that anybody was gambling, my boss. When Christ said, my Father's house is supposed to be a place of worship, but you're making it into a den of thieves. I never.
You don't know what that said to me then. Right. That means the hypocrite I'm out up on the road and then they bring the same thing on the road and them find that church and Jesus vexed them, so they're hypocrite.
Them said that's the only time in the Bible when Jesus got vexed, by the way. Vexed and showed them.
They're the most vexed because Jesus is like me, you know, like double standard and hypocrisy.
All right. What else you have?
They might hide in the church and of course the man them out on the Alpha Tree Square when they go to the church, they might do them gambling and I invest in them trust funds see way. No, Shippingport. I don't rate Tapa either. So I just want to let you know that. And let me just tell you that I'm talking about as an international coach because I don't use winning a Jamaica Premier League to rate a coach because I would have to rate my name Admiral Bailey, the big belly man, because I win Premier League. So I just want Shippingport to know that I'm getting a lot of licks, but I don't rate Tapa as a when you can. Mikel Antonio on the bench and Juna Fleming up on the field in Orville. I can't
well, you know, me did cost more than that. All right, cool, Diego.
I'm a Shippingport over there with him too.
All right.
I talk about Premier League. You don't know. We're not talking about Premier League. I talk about international coach, yeah.
All right, cool, Diego.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Maxwell.
My time?
Yes, Maxwell.
Yeah, man. No, I'm gonna bowl this one.
Oh, a bull. Well, not Maxwell.
I want to do the bull.
Where you say no bull?
I can't go around there.
No.
Oh.
Maybe the other caller dropped. Was last
I try to pull out some style for me.
Oh. What?
What
say you? There was somebody ahead of you and the call dropped.
Oh, okay. Big up to the man, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. The Premier League. Whenever I see a team win the Premier League and the assistant coach, I get to interview and coach at the same time.
At the same time.
I can't recall it.
I can't recall it anywhere if you're talking about at the same time.
Yeah, that must go on Sunday night.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
I think it's still like Tapa. He does not getting ratings even from the media house, is it?
Well, I mean, maybe he chose to do that.
Has he always done that?
Is the same media house that interviewed the two
Sportsmax.
And they both got interviewed at the same time?
At the same
I could have sworn I saw Tapa talking by himself in an interview.
Nope.
With Sports.
Yeah, sure.
Me sure.
No, but I'm sure I saw an interview last night.
Yeah.
You play a clip.
Yeah. I played a clip on
and
GPS
Tapa alone was talking.
Tapa was alone.
Yes.
After the game finished during the celebration, they interviewed Cavaliers coach. Right after which they interviewed.
No, what I'm saying, I saw a clip on Football GPS last night that Orville host. The Tapa was interviewed by Sportsman, and he was alone. He was alone.
He wasn't alone.
Or maybe it's that part of it he was alone.
Maybe that part of it. I don't know if the camera angle where they get it from, but two persons and they ask the question interchangeably. Like they ask Tapa one, Tapa answer.
Or maybe Tapa opted to do that. I don't know.
But I don't say if I ever see it done before.
Okay. Hold on line.
Yeah.
We take a break. We're coming back.
Importers, submit proper invoices to customs to reduce delays in clearing shipments. Visit www.jacustoms.gov.jm for details. The temperature by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
33 degrees Celsius in New Kingston.
Importers, shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Design your dream home with Total Hardware and Supplies. We have windows of all sizes on special. Doors galore. Choose from our wide variety of porcelain and ceramic tiles. Experience the best deals on sanitary ware, jacuzzis, shower enclosures, and baths. Just to name it, we have it all. Come on down to Aiken Hill Drive, Pembroke. Call us at 631-7648 or WhatsApp anytime 507-0865. Remember, same-day delivery available. Quality products, great prices. That's the Total Guarantee.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yeah, Bull. Back with you, Bull.
So I see a lot of persons, bigging up Tapa getting all these praises from left, right, and center. Who won the Prem last year? Ludlow, right?
Yeah.
I never hear all of them praises of Ludlow. I hear Ludlow is a big coach. And
man, it happened, man.
Tapa is still...
No, man, Ludlow got a lot of praise.
Let me just say this point blank. I do not rate Tapa Whitmore as a coach. I don't get national team and made very poor, borderline dumb decisions when he was coaching the national team. No ratings for going to Mount Pleasant. Having the biggest.
You give him ratings for taking a local team to the Gold Cup final?
Huh?
He took a local team to the Gold Cup final. Local base, Jamaican base players.
That was the same Gold Cup where Mexico used the under 21 side.
Oh, so you don't rate him using a local team to get to the
No,
Gold
I'm
Cup.
asking you, was that the same Gold Cup that all the big teams?
Yeah, man, all the teams use under 20. Yeah, man, all the teams use under 20 players.
Okay, no, I don't rate Tapa.
Okay, so you don't rate that performance?
No.
You
don't rate Tapa highly.
No, hold on, my boss, man. You don't rate a coach who took a local team.
Zidane, do you want me to say it again?
Him say him not rate Tapa.
I don't rate Tapa as a coach.
No, man, I never ask about Tapa as a coach. I
know that he didn't get this Mount Pleasant.
Why the cars?
I hear you are one of the persons that will beat Tapa. All of a sudden, no, Tapa is...
No, but I beat Tapa for something specific. I believe that Tapa was the main reason why the team failed to qualify for the World Cup. It doesn't mean that you can't... No, you can't. That doesn't mean that... Hold on, my boss, man. It doesn't mean that he would not have done some other things that you should give him credit for.
No, based on... You have credit and debit.
I don't know. I had never on the radio.
You have...
So he must not get no credit for Mount Pleasant winning the Premier League.
You have credit and debit, right?
Eh?
You have credit and debit.
He must not get no credit for Mount Pleasant winning the Premier League.
Answer my question. You have credit and debit.
Yes.
Okay, so the debits far supersede the credit.
Okay. First coach to lead us to a victory of America in the history of Jamaica.
I don't care. It could have been the first.
It means nothing.
Tapa is not a very good coach. We've seen that in the last.
He win the Caribbean Cup. It mean nothing. Who you rate as a coach in Jamaica history?
in Jamaica history?
Yes.
Not much of them.
Oh, you don't rate nobody?
No, I say I don't rate nobody. I say I don't rate.
No,
I rate Jackie Walters.
Jackie Walters?
So I rate Jackie.
So Jackie Walters is a better coach than Tapper?
I did not say that. I say I rate Jackie Walters.
So you...
You rate him, but you're not saying whether I'm better than Tapper or not.
No, I'd have to go check.
That sounds strange.
Remember, I know you
don't rate Tapper because him can't coach. You rate Jackie Walters even though you don't know him better than Tapper.
I come like something wrong with your ears. Then if you turn up your phone, you ask me who I rate. Right?
Yeah.
I've been coached by Jackie Walters. So I rate Jackie Walters based on the fact that he coached me before.
Okay.
That's a different
I was talking so
no. Bull, the logic doesn't end up.
The logic. No.
You rate Jackie Walters, but you don't rate Tapper.
I don't rate Tapper as a coach.
But you don't know if Jackie Walters is better than Tapper. I submit to you.
And if I really sit down and meditate, it probably is.
I submit to you that is irrational and illogical.
Yes,
I can submit to you that you have made a lot of irrational statements on the radio.
Well, when you point them out, I'll gladly agree.
Yes.
But to say hold on, Bull. To say I rate A and I don't rate B, but I don't know if A is better than B. That, Bull, is not.
That is irrational?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Zidane.
Yeah.
Because you have do you rate final coach, Thomas Frank?
Who's Thomas Frank again?
Brentford coach. Do you rate him?
No. That's highly.
You don't rate what he's doing. You don't rate him as a coach based on what he's doing.
Not that highly.
Not that highly.
No.
Okay. Which coach do you rate and which coach you don't? Do you rate Simone?
Rene Simone?
Simeone.
Yes.
You rate Simeone?
Yes, highly.
Why?
Because I think he's a fantastic coach.
I don't rate him highly because I don't appreciate the football that he plays.
Okay.
So you understand that based on my rating and my life.
No, I don't understand
based on what I like.
I don't understand what you're talking about. You're all over the place. Because you come to us, we're talking about the quality of type of coach. No, you're going to who coach you and style and all that.
Who I rate.
But you come here with in the context of who good or who not good when you say who you rate. We're not talking about who we like.
That's what you get.
That's what you said.
I don't rate Tapper as a coach.
Because of his quality, that's what you said.
Or the lack thereof.
I think Tapper is a very lucky person to be coaching, getting Jamaica team to even consider coaching it. I think Tapper is a very poor coach. Tapper made very dumb decisions.
But you don't know. But you don't know if Jackie Walters is better.
I said I will sit down and make it.
Well, if you think a man is make the dumb decision and can't coach, I don't know if Jackie Walters is better than him. I rate Jackie Walters. So
in all the time that you're calling this program.
Yes.
This is your worst day.
Yes, it
is. No, you can say anything.
I agree with you.
In terms of that particular statement, I'm not talking about anything else. Right. I rate A. I don't rate B, but I don't know whether A is better than B.
But and I told you why I rate man. I did tell you why I rate Jackie Walters.
It no matter why. If you say you rate,
if Tapper start coaching tomorrow, you're going to rate him now.
Not automatic that I rate him because he coached me.
No, but you said you rate Jackie Walters because he coached.
Because of how.
You can't get around it. The statement is illogical. I mean, I'm not getting into why you should have rate Tapper and should have rate him. I'm just looking at the logic of the statement.
Whatever you want to say, Arthur.
Yeah.
That is fine. You're the one telling us that you don't listen to the radio downstairs, down the road, and yet still every day you can tell us what was said.
No. What did I tell you what was said yesterday?
Your opening argument this morning was aimed on based on conversations that were made.
No. Let me tell you something. Bull.
Right, never mind.
I have a Facebook page called Orville Higgins Sports Group. You probably would want to join. Listen the word.
No,
Orville Higgins Sports Group.
I'm not on Facebook.
All right, fine. And it has over 6,000 members. There's a Facebook group called the KLS Official Sports Page with what? Must say 12,000 people. Okay? And I have a barrage of people who call my phone every day and customer Brian Lara. I don't need to listen to our next program to have Brian Lara discussion.
But based on what I listened to this morning and based on your opening argument, it sounds like it based on what was said though.
All right, go on my Facebook page and hear me and a youth named Terence argue yesterday. Go on my Facebook page and hear me and a youth named, what name? Why the book with the bridge name? I argue yesterday. This Brian Lara discussion has been going on for days. I don't need to listen to nobody else for no say For me and people are engaging at the Brian Lara thing. Don't do that.
I'm just telling you based on what I listen to.
I tell us that there are other forums in which I discuss Brian Lara. Go on my Facebook page right now. Orville Higgins Sports Group. 6,000 members. KLA's official page, 13,000 members. Maybe not for them are the same people, but let's say 13,000 people. Well,
no,
not all of them.
As I said before, I never know about this page here. So
oh,
now that I know,
okay. Now
that I know, I don't say based on the argument. So like, because your opening argument sounds like it was a rebuttal to what was said.
You want me to tell you what the discussions that have been on my page in the last 2-3 days?
Go ahead. I would love to hear.
Oh, you would love to hear, but all you have to do is subscribe to the group.
No, I'm not on Facebook.
He's not on Facebook.
Oh, you're not on Facebook.
He's from the younger generation.
All right. This morning, a brother named Sadiki. Why? Oh, you pronounce her name? Sadiki St. John.
St. John. Yes.
He posted this an hour ago. Nobody good bowl to Steve Smith. Jordan never played any good team. So clearly, somebody did say something, and he might refer to what somebody has said. Okay. Let's go again. Because me no want you come away with that something them about. Me just tell you.
Me get out. I know that there's a Facebook page. I know that. All right, it's true then. All right.
Fine, that's sir. I could go further.
My bad.
Thank you very much, sir.
My bad. I'll apologize.
Yes, sir.
But what I won't apologize for, let's say it now. I think Jackie Water is better than Tapper.
All right. Oh, so be a standing line a reason when where you go. That is what you should be saying.
No, man, just get some info right now, right away.
Oh, you just so you decided in 2 minutes.
If I'm on half a trophy, I'm gonna rate him over Tapper. I'm gonna play just first time.
No, you don't like Tapper.
No matter how brother, I think Tapper dumb.
So if you say, but if you say man with half a trophy, think better than Tapper.
Tapper have Mikel Antonio on the bench and have.
No, but I agree. I agree that he made a lot of mistakes in the fight.
We cannot generate him big man.
Yeah, but that's one instance, my boss.
Let me say you have debit, you have credit. You know what I'm saying? That alone, brother, automatically tackling thing. It must go and have some more credit for him. So win 3 more championships, 2 more.
And then you come round.
And then you come round. Come down a bogus, come carry bogus to the Prem. I mean,
stop the foolishness, man. She's carrying a bogus. Big up yourself, Bull.
I tell you, because shipping port at the point, and shipping port, tell Tapper say, to get our ratings, they need to come down and club name, Bulls FC, and carry to the Prem.
Yeah.
We are Major League right now.
All right. By the way, but I said talk, how the second tier going on? Who's leading? Which stage it at now?
I think it's at the final stage now. 2 teams. I think the top 4 teams supposed to play now. Racing, I think is in first because
the top 4 teams are known.
Huh?
Top 4 teams are known in terms of we have a semi-final 4 now.
I think so, yeah. But drama happened the other day, you know. 2 teams turn up, no referee.
Oh Lord. Hold on, but before you run, because your time up, you're there on my time. Me not gonna read it. I'm gonna make Zidane read what brother O'Neal Born. Who was a few days.
Things, you know?
No man.
Orville, it no matter what you and ICC want to say, Steve Smith can't back like Brian Lara.
Who said that and where?
6 days ago.
O'Neal Board, Palmer page.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
No matter what you want to say,
yeah.
Matchup is important in football. In basketball.
No. The part where you say is a next man show. Me have to listen.
You are no,
man.
I did not say that.
So I'm responding to her, man.
Yes, I felt it was a rebuttal.
Oh, that is, but now you know, boss, that I have a Facebook.
And I apologize. So
all right.
Don't know.
All right, big up yourself.
All right, well, big up.
Hello.
Countryman.
I want to do a bullmark hard. Where's Zidane?
Man, mark hard, man.
Man? Anyway, big up Orville. How are you doing, sir?
How are you, Mr. Countryman?
I'm giving thanks.
Yes.
Okay, gentlemen. Oh, by the way, but let me do the honors first. Congratulations to Mount Pleasant.
Yes.
Cavalier for a well-fought season. To the owner, Mr. Bull. To the coach, Mr. Whitmore, and staff. And to the fans of Mount Pleasant. You understand? Congratulations, Arnold. I was rooting for Mount Pleasant from the perspective of Mr. Gould, the owner.
Yes.
Because with all that investment, you want to see some sort of returns,
Mm-hmm.
So I was rooting from that perspective. Notwithstanding, the season has been over. And I want to ask both of you, gentlemen, when you watched that final the other day, is there a player or players any of you saw that could make the next step or could take the next step forward?
No.
Mr. Higgins?
I like you and Philip, but he didn't play.
Or he didn't play?
No.
So you're saying Zidane?
But he was a Mount Pleasant player. And I think Trevante had a very ordinary game by his own standards. I think he does have the ability. Yes, sir, to go to the next level.
Yeah.
I think he will get a contract in Europe or somewhere, Vietnam or one of them.
When does he go to the next level? What do you mean?
When I don't mean MLS or what you call it, the second tier.
You mean,
but not MLS, but the second tier thing in the US. You understand? MLS, yes.
As long as it's higher than our level, then it's the next level.
No. I specifically say that I don't want to hear about the next tier.
I know what you mean.
Zidane, what the name of it in the US?
MLS?
No, man.
USL.
Yeah, that, I don't want to hear that.
No, you want to hear about MLS?
Yeah, R.
Or championship or etc.
There you go. Yeah.
Hold it on.
No,
hold it on, coach.
Not to me.
Okay.
Your home is your castle. Fill your house with exceptional home decor from Carmen's Collection. Visit our showroom at 112 Constant Spring Road, Mondays to Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The time, courtesy of Carmen's Collection, is 1:30.
Tracy, who you go give on now? You're too fast. Hey, me I got Jotex now for buy up my sugar bun, wine slice, bulla, coffee strip, and marble cake, plus some raisin bread, banana cake, and the best rock cake for the pitney them. Me can't get some? No, go buy your own. Hey!
Jotex Bakery. Visit 20 Gold Street, Kingston, or call 922-5768. Open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Delivery island-wide. Jotex Bakery. So nice, so right.
Conditions apply.
Big things at one on my Excel.
Big discount for the civil servants.
Big things at one on my Excel.
On my Excel cause the important.
Big things at one on my Excel.
Government work are significant.
Nurses, teachers, firemen, police, all civil servants. Big things are happening at Excel Auto Parts. 50% discount on all your Toyota, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Honda, Mazda, Suzuki, and Subaru parts. Excel Auto, your auto parts hub. 95.5 Agni Park Road, Kingston 10. Telephone 923-2356 or 426-1769.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Feel, make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get something from your brother or mommy, hey, it's a not Insta, it's a MoneyGram. Zoom, check your phone, your money land. VNBS money transfer. Safer, faster, easier. Sign up for VNBS direct to bank account transfer today. No matter step out, we join the line. Straight in your account, money reach long time. VNBS money transfer.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, and Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
Real Madrid have completed the signing of England midfielder Jude Bellingham from Borussia Dortmund on a 6-year deal. The Spanish Giants will pay 103 million euros for the 19-year-old, in addition to various potential add-ons. If those add-ons are achieved, the deal could be worth up to 150 million pounds. Bellingham, who started his career at Birmingham City, will be presented as a Real Madrid player at the ceremony on Thursday. That is Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes. You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back. Hello.
Country.
Yes, country. Yeah, country.
Moving forward to cricket. I see a trend that is being followed, you see?
Yeah.
Whereby cricket is being played in the Caribbean. And we have the Sabina Park there. And up till now, we can't get a game there.
Yeah.
No, the logic being put forward that it is expensive. You won't get the returns. Okay?
Yes. That's one of the reasons we hear.
Okay. Now, if I'm looking at, say, it's going to cost, say, 100, just say 100,000 US to put on. And you're not going to get back the returns from it. Figuring those countries that are the small islands that have gotten teams, isn't it the same 100,000 US they would have paid? And how do they get back their returns in that respect?
One of the things I've always heard is that it's more expensive to fly the teams to Jamaica.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Jamaica is so far away from the rest of the cricketing part of the Caribbean. So it's easier to move from Barbados to Trinidad and Trinidad to Antigua and Antigua to than it is to fly all the way to Jamaica. That's one of the things I've heard over the years.
So it's not.
And I've also heard that the Jamaican crowds are sometimes not as big as crowds in some other parts. And I've also heard that in some other countries, say for example Barbados, they combine sports tourism better than us. So when the tourists come to India to play, come to Barbados, for example, the tourist destinations are closer to the cricket grounds. For example, Sabina Park in Kingston, our tourist mecca is Ochi and Mobi and Negril, which are far away from Sabina Park. So when people go to watch cricket in Barbados, for example, the hotels are close to everywhere in Barbados. And therefore their economy, the tourists come to Barbados and are more likely to come because they combine cricket with
the scenery,
with vacationing,
with the scenery.
In a way that Jamaica does not. So I've heard these reasons over the years.
Looking at that Sabina Park would eventually become a football ground. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's heading that way.
But I mean, I'm not even go so far.
Okay, finally.
Yeah.
I just talk about the sports from Montego, but you know, so this elephant down.
Are you a personal baby that?
All right. Yeah, what I want to find out from Orville.
Yeah.
Prior to COVID, I remember Mrs. Grains, the Honorable Sports Tourism Minister, came out and said that their money was allocated to fix that place. And it was because, you know, when the COVID came, I think the materials would have come from Germany. So then because most things had closed down and stuff like that, it couldn't take place. Now, if the money was allocated and the time has passed wherein the COVID has gone and whatever, what has become of that money that was allocated to fix that place and the place cannot be fixed as yet?
You're asking me or you're asking the minister?
As a journalist, I would like you to find out that.
The next time I see the Honorable Minister, I will ask her that.
The next time, because if you remember, she said, and she was in Parliament, and the money was granted to fix that place.
I don't remember that statement, to be honest. No. I take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm not. I can find and tell you.
Yeah.
It was, but because of COVID and the thing that was like it was closed. You know, the back and forth, the shipping and so was closed down.
Yeah.
So it couldn't happen. But the money was granted. So if it is granted, it should be there. Okay. So with the COVID gone or whatever, why is that place down there cannot be fixed? You understand?
I will ask her when I see her again.
I'm not asking, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, the folks in Montego Bay and stuff, and the powers that be, the Chires and the Jamaica Olympic Association heads. I'm just throwing it out there to find out, and the wider cross-section of track and field fans. You understand?
All right.
What has become of that money? Yeah?
All right, countryman.
All right, my boss. Respect.
Good.
Big up.
Oh, print screen now. Hello.
Yeah, the man name.
Yeah.
What's up, print screen?
Me, the man I talk about goat and all. No, the man them not knowledge real goat. From them man they retire now. Man, you only win 3 trophies. Since them man they retire now. Put some respect on the man name, man. Jaja. Oh, they're not asking. Anyway. Anyways, this argument with Steve Smith and Brian Lara, right?
Yeah.
I see a man post something on Facebook. So he must show some stats for sure.
I hope Bull is listening.
I know when in there. I don't remember who posted, but he post some stats for sure. Say Brian Lara was more influential to his team That's Steve Smith because Brian Lara scored 18% of the runs that West Indies make.
Yes.
And Steve Smith scores 16%.
16.7.
Yeah, so I'm going to go look and I say, but wait. I see a man there way out in front, 6 points in front, 6 runs in front of everybody else because I'm third to 15. I just 3 runs separate them.
And then Don Bradman.
Third to first, and Don Bradman way
24%.
Nearly quarter of the runs of Australia make Don Bradman score it.
So we rate Brian Lara because we say him is very important to him. Yeah, him carry the team.
That means if him carry the team, what Dan Bradman used to do.
And Brian Lara scored 18% of the West Indies team runs.
And that
Don Bradman scored 24% of his team's runs. But Brian Lara, that yardstick, what them used for say Brian Lara was important to him team, I'm alone. Well, but I tell you something, though, in fairness, my boss. And me can't argue unfair. I'm not trained like that.
Yeah.
The fact that you score a bigger percentage of your team runs don't necessarily mean you're more important to your team. In all
that's
fair.
True. That's true. But every
Don Bradman played in a superior team to the one Lara played with.
But
the fact that he was
still outperform them.
No. But the 1948 Don Bradman team, for example, they call themselves the Invincibles. They were a very, very good team. What that tells you is how great Bradman was,
Yeah.
Because you could be in a really great team that would probably still be competing without you. But your performance was out of this world relative to the mandate. So it doesn't mean that Bradman was more important than Lara to his team. In all fairness, it doesn't mean that.
Yeah, but that's a right message.
You know some fear though. You know what shouldn't, because none of them would have known for argue that. But it is true.
Now still to the Lara versus Steve Smith argument, because right now none of them men are my all-time 11, so they are still to the argument. I'm gonna make one change to my all-time 11.
Yeah.
I remember who me that was opener with Mathews, because a long time me that was all-time 11. But I'm gonna drop one of the opener them and put Kawaja. So Kawaja Aiden as my opener. That's the only change I make to it.
Kawaja makes your all-time 11 as an opener.
Man, Kawaja as an opener, man. Even them stop open. But yeah, him gonna make it. Anyway, look at football. Me there the finals weekend, right? And I tell you, say, wasn't the best football game, but the atmosphere, man.
Yes, fantastic.
Never normal. The whole of St. Anne's left from down at St. Anne's come a match.
Yeah.
I know some tell people say Mount Pleasant have the best crowd in Jamaica, and people tell me say Arnett. But here the people them not understand, right? Arnett have the best crowd when match are playing at Kingston, I not for them parish. But when it comes to traveling supporter, and a traveling supporter you use for judge whether a team have a crowd,
So you don't
travel. Hold on. Me travel with my football club, sometimes all 10 men are traveling, but when match play our yard, they can get all 100. Me, based on what me see, right? But not know because of finals, but Mount Pleasant over the years, the 3 years or the 4 years I'm now watching, them travel with a good amount of crowd in a big game.
Yeah.
But when last would Arnett Gang would have played a semi-final or a final outside of Kingston?
Outside of Paris, that's true.
Yeah.
But at that me need to see if them a travel guy where you not really have no good feeling on Western Jamaica.
Them travel, man. They love football on a jungle, my boss, man.
They love football on a jungle, yes, but I want to see them travel with them team and I can say, yes, them have the best.
The truth is, I have never watched Arnett Gardens outside of Arnett.
Yeah,
outside of Kingston.
In a big game, in a big semi-final or final.
I watch it. I wish final did watch it Waterhouse. I was the last which year? I remember before COVID, Waterhouse to play a final that year.
The year when you're talking about in Kingston?
Yeah, man, a stadium, man. When
against Montego Bay.
The spectators them.
Against Montego Bay United, that was the final. But that was
the final. Yeah, that was the final. Okay. Waterhouse versus Moby. That never really have no crowd like Sunday match, man.
No, it wasn't as big.
Sunday match was the crowd.
Yeah.
And when you come to Whitmore, though, right? To be honest, I don't rate Whitmore, but at the same time, I only rate one coach who ever coached Jamaica still. So, I'm not going to be one of them man that go say, boy, I'm rate X man and not rate X man, right? Rennie Simone alone, I rate. Okay. Because to me, I'm not going to say Whitmore was the biggest reason why we never qualify for World Cup, like what you say now. Me believe that the disunity just before the campaign starts and that negotiation there for increased pace That was the catalyst. Everything will go bad to me. But Whitmore never help it based on him player selection, them, you know. Everything where that go against where we couldn't even play in front of our home support. Once I play in front of empty stadium, where we have one set of man coming for the Panama match, and we never know what one whole heap of different faces coming for the Panama match, and it's alleged.
Who bring them in?
My boss, listen, me I say. It's alleged.
No, man, I don't know alleged. No, my boss. Whitmore say him.
Never too keen for
Whitmore say him pick him team. No, Whitmore publicly say him pick him team, my boss.
Whitmore can't say anything publicly.
No, but you can't. Where you gonna go around with the man, say, my boss?
Yeah, for work with him, say.
Until you have
evidence.
What work with them, I say, but at the same time, me feel like that bigger the negotiation now.
So you believe that somebody told Tapa to take out all of the team that were basically playing a Mexico game and change them out with new players?
Hold on, so unless Tapa the biggest fool in the biggest fool in the world. You have to be the biggest fool in the world.
Stop the foolishness, just say, Prince.
But hold on, you have to be the biggest fool in the world.
Nah, man. I don't know. He have an ego.
Oh, some of my ego. So
remember say the man will fight. Remember say the man will fight to bring on Mikel Antonio. You know, the man will bring on the next joker, you know. And Mikel Antonio came on and scored a goal.
Yeah, man. I don't look at things I'm not rating for. I say team selection never really helped it. But the whole atmosphere in the camp, that was one of the bigger issues, and the whole issue in terms of player remuneration was a bigger issue to me. The squad never settled because even Oral Chase, they allude to it back in the days, and I said, you can't be chopping and changing, leading up to your first match in our World Cup qualifiers, right? You're supposed to have at least 3, 4, 5 friendly matches before a World Cup qualifiers. You know, so this is a fickle team. We have to use. You cannot experiment.
All right.
You understand? You use Gold Club and friendly match and then match. Just experiment.
All right,
Prince Green, leave it there.
Yeah, man.
Big up. Take a break. We'll come back to the others.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
With so much to do in one location, make Mega Mart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy, all in one amazing location. My Mega Mart, the best value by far.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
Here's great news for men 40 years or older with an NHF card. The PSA test for prostate cancer is now a new benefit. Use your NHF card and get a discount of $1,600 for one PSA test each year. Pay less for your PSA test and take charge of your health. Contact NHF for labs accepting NHF card for the PSA test. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
A message from the National Health Fund.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Right then, so we come back to the calls. Hello.
QC.
Yo, welcome, boss.
How are you, QC?
Oh, I mean, I said the program bigger than what I mean, I can't get you against Zidane.
Boy, I wish I could tell you what to do.
Boy, you know, some reason of it. You know, so the truth is, sometimes, you know, some rate you, but sometimes I'm not really you forget the ratings. I just demand them slow.
Oh my God.
More you imagine,
so
why
understand? Why it can't be both?
No, the man pass slow, brother. The man pass slow. When the man pass slow. I can't see why a man sees so difficult if Steve Smith better than Brian Lara.
It's a West Indian public we're communicating to it.
I can't see. You know, that Steve Smith equal the record with Bradman to score the most centuries in England.
Yes.
And people don't understand them. All right, a man understand. When Brian Lara played first, in the first 10 years, you know, Brian Lara average 29.5, you know. In first 10 tests, me I talk about, you know.
Yes.
29.5. You know what Steve Smith did average?
How much?
70, I didn't know, brother.
In first 10 tests?
Yes.
You're sure? Remember, Steve Smith started as a leg spinner back down the road, you know?
But me, check the man average, no, Papa.
Well, I'd have to check. But then
check the man average.
I doubt he would be averaging 70 and a half at 10 tests. So you probably need to recheck that.
May I tell you?
What me know, people say me just a look for average. Steve Smith is better than Brian Lara for a variety. It's a slower reasons. One, an 8-run gap in average. And you have a man who say, boys, what if Steve Smith have a rough end to his career? Somebody did the maths. If Steve Smith scored 20 at Duck straight, he would have still average higher than Brian. So I don't know where the gap that he has opened up. Two.
Me hear you catch a man the other day. There is no theory. It's just speculation. The man might average 80 when him done too. Who knows?
There you go. Steve Smith has done well against every country that Steve Smith played now. Him average 40 or more.
And
the only country in average 40 or more was Zimbabwe when he played 2 games. And we know that
the man is the only
Brian Lara did not do well in India, my boss. Steve Smith does average 50 both home and away. Brian Lara does not average 50 when he travels. When you say them thing, you know, these are just facts, you know. Him average 47 away, which is still pretty decent. But Steve Smith shows that him is in the 50 range. Whether I'm damn yard or him not damn yard.
Arville, the man
and we're not supposed to talk about
the man and Bradman is the only man that scored 7 centuries in England. Just think about that, brother.
Then I'll them something and a big something, man.
7 centuries.
But when you put up that man, you know,
Bradman is the only man who scored 19th century versus England, you know.
Yeah, well, he played against England more often than most people still.
No, but English condition and a normal condition average.
That is true.
Look at it. Bradman scored 2,900 in a 52 test. You know what century Lara have?
34
in a 131 match. What kind of comparison that, brother?
But that is it. Brian Lara scored 34 centuries in 130 at test. Steve Smith got
131.
Steve Smith got 31 century already, you know, and him not play 100 tests yet. But we're not supposed to compare him to Brian. Right?
Okay.
Steve Smith has a greater century to innings played conversion rate, but we're not supposed to compare him to Brian. Steve Smith does better in spinning conditions in India, but we're not supposed to compare Steve Smith with Brian. Yeah? Why not?
The cricket reason is the man make you look like you come from one different planet when I reason for.
So you say it's not me a genius, it's the man them slow.
The man needs to step up their reason capability, Papa, and just analyze certain things.
No, man. It's a West Indian audience. By the way,
no, but the entertainment, them look. You want entertainment? Who you got play such you go them a cricket we are talking about, you know?
When I'm going to determine if you better than me, my boss, I am going to look at whom I think is going to be more productive. That is what determine if you better than me. You know? When me I go pick you, which one I know more likely to be more productive?
I make you listen to my homework.
Yes.
Check out of the big boy, them Glenn McGrath and them man, they were bold to Brian Lara.
Yes.
Them average like 21 and 22 and 23 wickets. 20 runs per wicket.
Yes.
Check Ashwin and them man, they were bold to Steve Smith. If I see him average them have. So why you can't compare them? It's the same runs per wicket them I take.
This argument that Brian would have faced the greatest bowler them in the world. Boss man, is a myth.
It's a myth.
Brian Lara would have faced some great bowlers. No two ways about it. But I'm going to compile a list of some of the man in my ball where Brian beat up. When Brian made 400 against West Indies, the specialist spinner was a man named Garrett Batty. We don't remember. We're not talking about Garrett Batty. See, when Lara was playing against India and the Caribbean, we are talking about someone named Kuruvilla and Prakaway. And he go Sri Lanka. Some man named Victor Prasamar Singh, some names. Man, go like say all Brian Lara doing in career is fish, you know, and Glenn McGrath. It is not true. And I'm going to attack that myth as well.
This for the program already. Oh. When Brian Lara made the 400 at England, all the bowlers them come by our 4 tests. All the bowlers them come by and play ever in them life.
You're
so sure? That's the kind of bowling where my back again.
I'm going to
not saying that other people don't play against the same bowling, no. But we are compare greatness.
No man, hold on. The bowler them did play more than 4 tests. You know, and the man take you on, you know.
No man, I can't more than 5. A 1 test man play.
When he met you talk about the 500.
Yes, met the 500.
Oh, you talk about no man, me think of the 400 you talk.
No man, me put up for side. The 500 down in England.
And the Cummins did play, you know.
Then how much test him play?
And the Cummins was the only real known bowler in other 500.
He don't play 5 tests. I try to tell you.
Me think of the 400 in that.
No, man, sorry, man, the 500. I one man play test cricket, and about 5 match in play.
You can't tell him, man, them something I remember. Them
not read nothing better than just a Brian Lara, them like Flair.
Hey, and them not watch Brian Lara more than me. You see, enough for the man we attack. When Trinidad used to come to Jamaica over the years, QC. So nobody can tell me, because I used to die the game there. When you look at Savannah Park when Trinidad played Jamaica, very few people in the stands. I was there. When Brian Lara played on Kaiser, down Discovery Bay, I was there. Not for the man we have come try to take me out.
You have to give a big joke.
Oh.
The same man that cost Brian Lara, we cost Carl Hooper, we love Brian Lara. And at the same Flair them have. Only thing I want to give more runs than one.
There you go.
The same man will love Brian Lara, because just a Carl Hooper no good.
I don't understand why Brian Lara is a secret cow where you can't say nobody better than him. When 25 other men in the world average more than you, you know. Right? 25, you know, it's not like, hey, when we say Pele at the goat, you know, Pele stats them, Pele have something where set him apart, you know. You get me?
I give you a joke. You know, so Jack Alex average more than Brian Lara?
Yeah, but me tell you, 27 other people average more than Lara. So how you become the automatic goat when 20 other man average more than you?
No, man, that's something done reason. I just like how Lara look, man.
When it talk about, and here's the thing when we talk about this man, where Bulla come talk about me, I follow now. I made a post about the very same thing some days ago. Not Orville Higgins, the ICC in a thing called player ranking, or rating. What the highest amount of points a batsman can get? What them take into consideration? Were you making runs per flat, boy? What was the quality of the bowling? What was the state of the game? Them take all them things into consideration and say, boy, based on the points where you get. No batsman never get them. Brian Lara in the top 20, you know, my boss.
Brother,
so all this argument that Brian Lara used to beat up some only Shane one, I'm Glenn McGrath batting, I'm live. The ICC says that Brian, 25 or 26 other batsmen made more runs in more difficult conditions and in harsher conditions against better bowling. When all of that is put into the pot, Brian in the top 20, and yet me, Orville Higgins, now supposed to say, yeah man, Brian at the number one, based on what? When none of the indices and the same ICC tell you, do you know? Wisdom, you know, for sure, I don't know bias thing. Brian has 2 of the greatest innings, I think, in the top 10 or 15.
I agree with
150 at the Barbados against Australia. So the man them say, but hold on. When Graham Gooch make 150 against West Indies,
yeah,
them innings they're big. When Bradman make 250 against it, they can point out, and Steve Smith is the man with the highest ranking alive. The thing is, guess the man, them guess that. It's a West Indies thing. And when me say this now, me, Ray. But me, I got to continue to talk what are facts.
Yeah, next man attack there.
Big up QC.
It's a West Indian thing.
I am broadcasting to a West Indian audience.
Cricket we are talking about. Cricket we dealing with.
Simple. A runs batsman go to the crease to make, and Steve Smith is a more prolific run scorer than Brian. But that we not talk about style. And we talk about level of difficulty, people. One of the things what we talk about, you know, one of the reasons why we say goal scored in a final is bigger than goal scored in the early part of one tournament. Our goal scored against big side. Lara's 375 and Lara's 400. Do not be honest with it. At the flattest pitch in the world, him scored it, pan, you know. Why we not talk about that? Listen, man, enough for us. No say Brian great, but some other man can call too. Anyway, hello.
Is this the cricket desk?
It is the desk, whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
Yes.
This is G-Star, by the way.
Yes, G. Yes, G.
Question, Mr. Higgins.
Yeah.
Do they, I know that once upon a time they didn't, but do they have it now in cricket where a bowler to a batsman, they can tell you the record?
Yeah, it wasn't always there.
I know what, since when? That's what year?
I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know. I would guess.
No, roughly, man. You don't have to be perfect.
Maybe 2-3 decades ago.
Oh, that's a good while ago, man.
Where they can isolate what were you doing against this particular bowler in terms of how many runs before him.
Okay, because I'm about to say they had it in baseball since probably like the 50s, since forever.
No, it doesn't go that far back for cricket.
All right. I want to talk about some NBA, right? And I want to talk about why certain teams have success or excel, and why certain teams don't. Right? So I want to spotlight two teams: the Phoenix Suns with my baller, K Dizzle, the Slim Reaper, right, and the Boston Celtics. Now, for me, I think the Phoenix Suns had a good chance of winning the championship. I also think the Boston Celtics have a good chance of winning the championship, right? But I want to bring it back about 25 years though, just briefly. 1998, Game 6 Finals, Chicago Bulls versus the Utah Jazz. Chicago Bulls were down by 3, and I want to spotlight the timeout. Phil Jackson said to Michael Jordan, "You know what play they're going to run, so basically go for the steal," right?
Yeah.
Now, what Phil Jackson's basically saying, is that we cannot stop their play. You understand what I'm saying, Mr. Higgins?
Hold the line, G-Star. We'll take a break. We're coming back.
Get customized aluminum windows and doors at Hepburn's Glass Supplies, 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. 10 years of experience guarantees satisfaction. Call or WhatsApp 876-773-4799. The time, courtesy of Hepburn's Glass Supplies, is 2 p.m.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Protection measures for persons who are in or have recently visited areas where COVID-19 is spreading. Stay at home if you begin to feel unwell, even with mild symptoms such as headache and slight runny nose until you recover. Avoiding contact with others and visits to medical facilities will allow these facilities to operate more effectively and help protect you and others from possible COVID-19 and other viruses. If you develop fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical advice promptly, as this may be due to a respiratory infection or other serious condition. Call in advance and tell your provider of any recent travel or contact with travelers. Why? Calling in advance will allow your healthcare provider to quickly direct you to the right health facility. This will also help to prevent possible spread of COVID-19 and other viruses.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yes, G-Star. Back with you, G-Star.
Yeah, man. So I'm saying in that moment there, right? What they're basically saying is that Karl Malone is going to touch the ball in his sweet spot, and there's basically nothing we can do about it, right? No, they actually did something about it because Michael Jordan made a play that he never did for the whole series, right? But my point is, it's execution. Execution. In today's game, many of these coaches, it's almost like YMCA basketball. They just play. They say, you know what, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, you guys just win the game for me. And I literally heard Monty Williams say that they do not call plays. Do you know what makes the Denver Nuggets so brilliant? I'll tell you, they have tremendous talent, yes. They play very hard, yes. But they also execute well offensively, right? The Boston Celtics literally do not call. They have one play, high pick and roll, or
I hear you giving information, but you're arguing for what, on what premise, for what cause? Where are you going with this?
Where am I going with this? It's hard to watch basketball in this generation, in this time.
Oh, it's hard to watch it in this time.
Why? Because they don't play smart. All right,
G-Star, you're seriously comparing nowadays basketball with the 90s, and I say it's hard to watch.
But hold on, no. I'm going to give you a comparison, right?
It's hard to watch basketball.
It's the reason why I love the NFL over the NBA.
I mean, it's
because they're a whole lot smarter. There is coaching is like 50%.
Basketball was more attractive to watch in the 90s than now.
What I'm saying is, no, listen to what I'm saying is, the teams were a whole lot smarter, right? Now, you may say, well, in the 90s, they didn't shoot that many three-point shots. You can bring that up as well, right? But I'm talking about the execution of plays. Let me give you an example.
You have a minute.
Let me give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
In NFL football, there's offense and defense, but let's just go on offense. They have over 500 plays in NFL football. 500. In the NBA, they're not a professional league. They only have one play. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, in high school basketball, they have, you go check Calabar, or go check JC, or go check Georges, or whatever school, Chester, wherever, Knox. They have more than one play. So
which team you say have one play?
How is it in the NBA? They only have one play.
Which team has one play?
Them have one play.
The Boston Celtics.
The
Phoenix.
G-Star.
You're not watching the games.
G-Star. She look good, G-Star.
The Fiend, listen to me.
G-Star. She look nice.
Hold on, I heard
tell her hi for us. Here, G-Star.
Listen to me. I heard Monty Williams literally say, we don't call any plays. We just let them play. Monty Williams actually admitted that. And I'm saying, hold on.
Sebastian has one play.
What is the coach there for?
Man, I understand the thing said them have one play, my boss. G-Star and that basketball is harder to watch now. And them something why me can't rate to
That's why I'm finished. Don't know about my pool.
No. Listen, don't broadbrush.
That's why I struggle with the prediction, so G-Star. You don't understand the game, my boss.
Hold on, no.
Boston have one play. What that mean?
I'm saying the fact that the execution part of it, that is what makes it harder to watch.
When you say Boston has one play,
skill, no. The players have more skill, no.
When you say Boston has one play, can we have to run?
Offensive play.
Only one offensive play there?
One offensive play.
Which is what?
They have Jason Tatum going from the bottom, or Jalen Brown, and they have a big man setting the screen for him to come to the three-point
That's
line.
the only thing them do in a basketball.
That's the only, and a high pick and roll, which is big.
All right, G-Star.
But when you look at, hold on, when you look at the Denver Nuggets,
G-Star, I don't know what he was doing earlier today, but
when you look at the Denver Nuggets, you'll see that they have a variation of plays.
G-Star, we're finishing the pool.
Look at the Golden State Warriors. Let's stop foolishness, man.
G-Star, we have to leave it. We have to leave it.
When you look at the Denver Nuggets, variation of plays. Even the Lakers have variation of plays.
One play. G-Star is
all right,
crazy.
cool.
All right, G-Star.
Music. All right, music. So brought to you by HK Paints for people who dreaming. I have to laugh. And say Boston has one play. All right, where's the music? All right, here it is. This one is from Davil.
There is no way I could ever repay you for all of the things you've done. On my knees, I'm giving you glory be to you. Yahweh, I to you. I give all the praise to you. I give all the thanks to you. Listen, there been a whole heap of time I felt like I could never make it through another. Somehow you found a way for us. Oh, my Father, you sustain me when I don't think that I deserve it. I didn't even try. Proving your love will never die for me. So thanks to you. I give all the praise to you, God, every day. I give all the thanks to you. No matter what comes my way. Thanking you for yesterday and today and tomorrow. For all of the times you brought me through my sorrow. Being my day by my side, you're my shadow. Closer to me, girl, I know. For picking me up when I'm falling. For running to me when I'm calling. For all of my sins you forgiven. You're so amazing. To you, I give all the praise to you. Yeah, every day.
All right, brought to you by Ed Champagnes for people who dream in color. Now it's time for the producers, and that's brought to you by Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to everyone listening around the world, Mr. Higgins and Mr. Mathews, and also our technical operator. Well, guess what? A special good day. The fact is, I thought about this term, the greatest. Who is the greatest? It came up again on the weekend. Who is the GOAT, the greatest of all time? And no, I'm not talking about basketball and Mount Rushmore, not anything about that. But I'm just talking about the greatest in terms of tennis. Now, Novak Djokovic has now 23 Grand Slam titles, the most of any. And he's going to be labeled as the greatest. Is he the greatest? He's the best performer in terms of winning Grand Slam titles. What makes him the greatest? Now, to be honest, my favorite tennis player is Roger Federer. But head-to-head, Djokovic has a better head-to-head over Roger Federer. The fact is, does that make Djokovic better than Federer? At what era did he actually have the head-to-head? Now, you may argue to say that between 2004 and 2009, that was the best of Federer within those 4 or 5 years. At that time, Djokovic was nowhere around. The fact is, Djokovic came in after that. When he just came in, Federer beat him, and then he went to win Davis Cup. And after he won the Davis Cup, changed his coach, there was no stopping Djokovic at all. But there's also Rafael Nadal. Nadal, who actually became the nemesis when he beat Federer for the first time at the Australian Open. Federer cried as a child, as a baby, when he got beaten for the first time in the Australian Open. And Nadal is also there in the mix. And you know that he is the French king, if you want to call him that. But the fact is, one thing I'll rate Djokovic over Federer and Nadal is mental toughness. Now, when he just came out, he did not have that. But as his career went along, career blossomed, he developed that along the way. I don't see anyone tougher than him mentally. Now, I've watched tennis for many, many years. John McEnroe days, Bad Boy days, Jimmy Connors days, Ivan Lendl, Boom Boom Becker. The fact is, Djokovic is one of the strongest individual tennis player mentally than any other tennis players I've seen. And for that reason, I'll give him the edge over my favorite player. I would always be my favorite player, Roger Federer. Now, Pete Sampras was my favorite player before Roger came, and then Roger took the mantle from Pete Sampras. But guess what? The most attractive player, the most attractive backhand you'll ever see in tennis is Roger. But the most strongest individual in terms of mentally, and his career goes on, is none other than Novak Djokovic. And yes, you can crown him the greatest of all time because it takes a lot to do that. And I think, though, at least 5 more slams in his pocket before he retires.
Indeed. All right. That was producers you brought to you by Spectrum Insurance Broker, setting the industry standard.
I want to say one more thing. So to the Brian Lara only face the greatest people in the history of the world. I mentioned Gareth Batty a while ago. I'm not being rude, people. And Bishop, if you're listening, not being rude. On that day when Brian Lara made the 400 on a flat boy, the specialist spinner was Gareth Batty. Gareth Batty bowled more overs in that 400 than any other bowler. Bowled 50 other overs. Gareth Batty was an English off spinner, played 9 times in England. You want to know what Gareth Batty's test average is? Runs per wicket? You want to take a guess? Yeah. What is it? No more, you take a guess.
30?
No.
35?
No.
It's higher than that?
Go on. Yeah, higher than that.
38?
No.
40?
No.
Wow. 45?
No.
Bowling average?
Bowling average.
It's higher than 45?
Yeah.
50?
No.
48?
More than 50.
55?
More than that.
You serious, Orville?
Big man, they make the up on the radar.
58?
More than that.
60?
The specialist off spinner who bowled more overs than any other English bowlers when Lara met the 400, was a man called Gareth Batty, who has played 9 test matches at an average of 60.9 per wicket. Now remember, we tell us, say, Rakim Khan or Lenky and bowling. We tell it here that, Rakim Khan, well, it's taking wickets at 39 apiece. Remember, we tell us that the West Indian man, them not good.
Yeah.
When these Brian Lara people telling you, oh, he only faced the great bowler, and remind him that when he made the 400, the man that bowled the most overs during that 400 is an English specialist spinner named Gareth Batty,
took wickets at 60,
who was taking wickets at 60 apiece. That's just the fact. Why shouldn't we compare Steve Smith? Hey, you don't know what? Don't come to me with no rubbish. Like we can't compare them. Uno no bigger fan than Brian Lara as me, but that is why most sound away attack. Uno can't get the respect. Gareth Batty, Google him. 60 runs a wicket, and that the man the Brian Lara was beating up when he met 4. So no come to me and like we can't compare some other man with Brian. Brian good, some other man good too. Bless them. We're coming back after me.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers pride themselves in being professionals in the field of insurance broking, claim settlement, and risk management services for over 35 years. We offer a wide range of insurance services including motor, property, liability, accident, life, and international health for individuals and companies at competitive rates. Call 926-3572 or visit 7.5 Haining Road, Kingston 5 or shop number 3, James Plaza, Mandeville. Call 625-6804 or visit online spectrumjamaica.com. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standards.
Tonight is the day to push past my limit. Escape my comfort zone, I won't live within it. Take energy for my mind and body. Be all I can be, the surgeon of me. I won't give up, I never stop. Boost me up, boost up, boost me up, boost me up. One glass of Supplegent has 8 vitamins and minerals and is power-packed with protein to maintain healthy muscle mass. The day is yours. Supplegent boosts you up.
You tell everybody that you drive stick, but when the time come for prove it, you keep stalling in traffic. But this time you're next to a KFC, so you get some delicious hot wings. A wing is a win. Enjoy a KFC Hot Wings 5-piece combo or 25-piece party bucket today. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number 1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so let's come back. Get back to the calls. Hello.
Hello, afternoon. How are you doing, gentlemen?
Good. Well, Zidane just stepped out, so you have to put up with me.
No, I don't have to put up with you. We're good. How are you doing, Euclid?
Dr. Paphos, how are you, sir?
I am here, and it's interesting that Zidane just stepped out, but it is what it is. I called this evening. Well, not so upbeat, but it is what it is. The call yesterday was dropped.
Yes.
And I don't wish to placate myself on the radio, but I still need to apologize to the listeners. The call was not dropped. I disconnected the call because I was in a space, disaster preparedness committee, and the chairman walked in, and everybody has to stand up. So you can understand the environment. You must have been there before you have to kill your call. I apologize because I was there just waiting on me to the call. That aside, I wish to properly identify myself as the caller who slowly spelled the caller's name shipping port.
Right.
A caller who I have lots of time for. I also would like to say everything I say going forward will be an average discussion. I want to be clear about that. Everything I say going forward will be an average discussion. And I'll tell you why. In my world, from where I sit, with respect, somebody sent me an email quote yesterday. Regular quotation on Google, and it reads as follows. Small minds discuss people. I'm not discussing anybody here. Great minds discuss ideas.
Average
of course,
mind.
there's a running idea going on at Omega Radio now regarding helping people, and we want to leave that there. But it's okay. And then there's another part of the quotation that says, if events don't take place, average minds are not triggered. Average minds are not triggered if events don't take place. They're on an off switch. No disrespect. So the point I'm making is that I did not make any attempt to characterize the elite caller shipping port when I slowly attempted to spell his name. It is what he said that I was trying to correct by saying slowly spelling his name would have been symptomatic to the word bunk. That's why you get the word debunk. You get it correct? So what I did, Orville, I'm now in your domain. Please forgive me if I step out of line, correct me. I used the figure of speech called pun. If you Google pun, you will see pun means a play on words. That's why I take the P from playing on words with the word F, fun, and you get pun. It's a concatenation. Check it.
Why you going at them higher realms?
Because you see, I want to keep that an average call. Orville. It's very important to stay average. So having said that, and the point I'm making is that I was characterizing what the caller was saying about Theodore Tapper Whitmore's coaching display and not the caller. So when there's an attempt to mischaracterize what I was saying, I find that quite disingenuous, and I would like a course correction. That's the purpose of my call today. I hope Zidane walk back in shortly. The point I'm trying to make, but I want to make the point forcefully. When Shipping Port was loving all over his fellow caller, and the fellow caller was loving all over him, I will not call the name.
Zidane is back in the studio.
Yes. That's great. I will not call the caller's name because that may turn out to be also an attempt to berate the caller, which was not the case. That kind of loving on each other, male on male, is a good thing. We need more of that in Jamaica because if we did, that other program that we're discussing, Zidane and Orville, it may not become necessary. We may not have any need to go to a correctional institute. It may be emptied out if males are loving on each other. So that's a good thing that happened the other day. But what I'm saying, which is a more important point, I made an attempt to course correct what Shipping Port was saying about Tapper not being an effective coach. I will tell you why. I have something to give you now. I am prepared to pay for the link up this year. Fully open bar, open catering on the top of the AC hotel. If what I'm about to say is not true, say about the tape, watch it. Shipping Port came on the radio yesterday and said exactly what I said. Shipping Port said, Dr. Darman said, unless the player comes to the sideline where the coach is to have a conversation with him, it will not be an intelligible conversation. Tell me I lie, play back the tape. And if that's not what Shipping Port said, link up is on me this year. You guys have my details. So, I know. So I wanted to be clear about what I was saying. It is what Shipping Port was saying about Tapper Whitmore's characterization that I thought was bunk, slowly spelling his first name, which was not true, and I wanted to put a lid on it. All right? So I want to say this. This is an average call. I am not an elite caller. So we're not in the same category. I'm not in the category of any elite callers. So therefore, when I speak, I don't want no elite caller saying no about me because these are average calls that take place. Why do I say that? I just tell you a while ago. If events don't take place, average minds don't trigger. It's not me. So, having said that, gentlemen, with respect, Orville has some things to give you. It's unfair, but I have them to give you.
Yeah.
A cricket boot in the 60s and 50s is nothing close to a cricket boot today.
Yes.
It's uncomfortable. Orville, remember when you take off your socks and your big toe decided to bruise off and these things?
Yes.
What that Dan Badman used to wear?
Yeah.
The reason why I say the calls on the radio between 1 and 4 are average calls, we truly don't get in terms of ideologies because we're just discussing events. I will say this to prove that what I'm saying is true. Get all the elite callers, put them in a group under the coaching and tutelage of Zidane Mathews and Orville Higgins. Choose any topic you want, coach them for a month, and then call me the day before and tell me, tomorrow, boss. Don't tell me the topic. And then when you call me on the day, tell me what the topic is. And if you allocate 30 minutes, I will give them 25 minutes and take 5 minutes and decimate all elite callers together as one. Why do I say this? I have no respect for the word elite. Elite means separatist, and I don't like it. It rubbed me the wrong way. Nonetheless, that's a part of the characteristic of the fabric of the show. It must remain. I want elite callers to understand that, hey, chill. I called a call earlier. I said, listen, it's even not even paying attention to what you're saying. I just said it a while ago. At no point have we lined up all the variables in any discussion and said, let us look at it dispassionately. Google don't provide you with all the variables. I hate to do this, but I will, because I need to provide basis. I hate to do this, but sorry, I have to do it. I don't know how many persons in Jamaica have artificial intelligence as they're on their transcript. I didn't say documentation on your transcript. You mean transcript, Orville, the thing what the actual courses that you take? Yeah. So because that's something I had to do, driverless cars and kind of thing. I'm not hyping, I'm making the point. If you don't line up, if you don't gather all the variables and input the data under all the variables and look at them objectively, you're truly not having a real conversation. That's why we're having a nice conversation. This is the back and forth that's taking place.
Them
because we're not discussing all the variables.
Them going to tell you that you get enough time and only because you're so.
Oh no, I'm done. I want to get off the phone too. But by the way, I normally get off the phone. I'm good. Yeah,
I'm saying as of now, you are public enemy number one to the elites. Beware of that.
Oh, by the way, I like the title. I'll tell you why. Orville, for the record, I am ineligible for Caller of the Year because I'm not an elite caller.
No man, but elite, but Caller of the Year no.
Wait, well, check it. They become elite. I am ineligible to be Caller of the Year. So public enemy number one means nothing to me. I will check on everybody. Remember, I tell you, put them in a group because I don't do average calls. Remember that other background conversation me, you, Zidane, Etal is having about a man who called the program and said the program saved him. When a man called this program or any program I listen to and said the program saved them, no, that's when my ideology and part of me getting to work.
Yes.
Somebody said the program saved them, then let's go search for that person. It means something to me. Everything else,
leave it there.
It's just average discussion.
Leave it
and
there.
I want to tell you last thing before I go, and I know I'm over time now. The fact that the gentleman, won't call his name, says there's some amount of kinship between himself and knowing Tapa Whitmore. I'm in my 50s. The last time I went to the World Cup is almost close to a quarter century, right? 98?
We have to run now, man. We have to run now, that man. They won't kill me.
Let them kill you. Let them work.
All right, coach.
All
Big
right.
up yourself.
Yeah.
That's not Tapa first. Zidane, have you ever heard of a bowler called Tertius Bosch? Tertius.
Don't remember.
You never heard about Tertius Bosch?
No, don't remember.
Merrick Pringle.
Don't remember.
Richard Snell.
Don't remember.
You know about Richard Snell and Tertius Bosch?
No, don't remember that.
Well, when Brian Lara played his first test match against South Africa, I want to know who the four bowlers were. Alan Donald, who was stand-up. But the other three were Tertius Bosch with the new ball, Merrick Pringle, and Richard Snell. This is the Brian who only faced McGrath them and won them in his life. You know? When Brian would have played against Sri Lanka for the first time, 1993. This is the Brian who only faced world attacks. I'm not going to get to it. The man who opened the bowling for Sri Lanka was a man called Pramadoya Wickramasinghe. Wickramasinghe, one of the greatest bowlers of all time. Opening the bowling with Wickramasinghe was Arjuna Ranatunga, who probably more known for batting than bowling. The first change was a man called Sangarenga Anorasahiri. These are the great bowlers that don't let that Brian face. The fourth bowler was Rohan Kalpaji. It's a myth that Brian only faced great bowling. Myth. Next call. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Dwayne.
Hello,
Dwight Satu. Oh, it's Dwight.
Hey, guys.
Dwight.
How y'all doing?
All right, Dwight. Which issue now? Bring it on.
What day? Oh, today's Wednesday, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh. Call on the wrong day. All right. So Orville.
Yes.
I agree with you about Tapa Whitmore. Tapa Whitmore, a chance that after Renix tomorrow is one of the best. A chance that the best coach Jamaica ever have.
No man, take me on the cricket point. Cut to the chase.
No, you tell me say on a Wednesdays I'm supposed to call a truce. And that's him says that.
No man, just take me on the cricket point for me.
Oh Lord of mercy, man. Orville, you sure because we don't want it to be said that when you start get a battering, you're going to sit down here and complain.
We're wasting time, Dwight, man.
Okay.
Because you know why
all right, so Orville, when you talk about Lara and Steve Smith, and you're saying who is better, you're using runs or you're using who look prettier at the innings. What exactly are you using?
No man, cut to the chase, no man.
No, I'm asking you a question.
Ask me
are we using runs?
Don't ask me rhetorical questions.
Orville, are we using runs production during cricket games when we're trying to determine who is better? Is that yes or no question?
I'm using the amount of runs Steve Smith has scored relative to how quickly people out it.
You know what? Say you not answer my question.
And that is better than Brian.
Orville, don't use no fancy thing. Some ordinary farmers are listening to the program. And the question to you is, when you're saying who is better, are we using the amount of runs that they score in cricket games? Is that what you're using? Are you saying that Steve Smith generally score far more runs than Brian Lara in cricket games.
I'm saying Steve Smith scores far more runs than Brian Lara before people get him out in cricket games.
So you're not answering the question. So you're not answering my question.
I just did.
No, you didn't. I asked you if you're using this and you're not saying, no, we're not using it. By your thing, what you're saying is that you're not using runs during cricket games. You're using something else, correct?
No, not correct.
What do you mean no? What do you mean no?
Steve Smith plays cricket. And I'm using runs that he made in cricket.
Come back after the break.
Divided by how often bowlers could get him out. That is what I'm using. That is one of the things I'm using. We're coming back after the break.
Visit Garrett Trading and Installation at 169 Constant Spring Road and 10 to 12 Cleardale Avenue for all your tiling and classic stone needs. Call 876-634-9773. The time by Garrett Trading is 2:30.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
In sports in a minute, former Chelsea player and manager John Hollins has died at age 76. Hollins made almost 600 appearances as a player for the club, scoring 64 times during his 2 spells at Stamford Bridge. That is sports in a minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, JADCO, needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport, protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232 or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jm. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
Design your dream home with Total Hardware and Supplies. We have windows of all sizes on special. Doors galore. Choose from our wide variety of porcelain and ceramic tiles. Experience the best deals on sanitary ware, jacuzzis, shower enclosures, and baths. Just to name it, we have it all. Come on down to 2 Aiken Hill Drive, Pembroke Hall. Call us at 631-7648 or WhatsApp anytime 507-0865. Remember, same-day delivery available. Quality products, great prices. That's the Total Guarantee.
A few months ago, my family and I were on the verge of being homeless until we were introduced to a property loan from Manchester Cooperative Credit Union. At first, we were skeptical, but with the great benefits and the fact that we could borrow up to $25 million at a low interest rate of 7.99% made us realize that it was the right thing to do. So we did it, and today we're in a much better situation, thanks to Manchester Cooperative Credit Union.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
AnyBet now offers a third easy, secure, and convenient top-up option for your betting account. Top up wherever, whenever, using your Visa, debit, credit, or MasterCard free of charge to continue gaming. That's right, free of charge. Other top-up options include store deposit and bank transfer. Visit our website for more details. AnyBet reminds you to bet responsibly.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yes, Shato.
Yeah. So Orville, let's just cut to the chase. If Lara and Steve Smith playing on the same team, and they should play, say, a 5 test match series, 10 innings, throw them back 10 times. Are you saying that Steve Smith is likely to score significantly more runs than Lara?
I'm going to say that Steve Smith will make more runs in between this.
Judge, we don't understand this.
So let me say it again.
I ask a simple question. We are sit down, and every other person who sits down and watch the cricket is the runs we watch. Is the runs we watch. I mean, I ask you a simple question. If we play a 10 innings, 5-match series, Steve Smith, Brian Lara, are you saying that Steve Smith will score significantly more runs than Lara? Is that yes, is that yeah, going to score more runs than Lara? No. Which one is it, Orville?
Steve Smith is going to score significantly more before he gets dismissed.
So you're not answering the question.
Actually, I just did.
Okay, so Steve Smith will not score significantly more runs than Lara over that series. See, Steve Smith will chance that score around 9 runs more than Lara if they were playing that sort of series. Based on the last time I checked it. I haven't updated it since the last game. But Steve Smith roughly scored 0.9 runs more than Lara each time they bat. If they were batting a typical, what we call a typical 5 test series, he'd only score 9 runs more than Lara. So let me put that one side. The man will score the same amount of runs. Who over their career, Orville, would you say for face tougher bowlers?
It's difficult to tell.
No man, no man. You stayed up late at night.
It's
studying who Brian Lara played. You cannot, after doing all of that research, come and tell the radio public. No, you have taken a lot of time to make pop shots at some idiots who Lara play. Well, ask a simple question. Over their career, don't tell me about a one bowler here and a one bowler there. Over their career, who faced tougher bowlers?
I'd have to double check.
Okay, tell me though. No, listen to me though. Me call back when you double check.
Yes.
Okay?
All right,
let me do that.
All right.
Okay? All right, thank you very much.
Big up, Chateau.
Yeah, man.
All right, who we have now?
Emirates. Try a schoolmate. You come after a schoolmate.
Hello?
It's not try.
I don't try this. Oh. Hello?
Yes. Yes, afternoon, Orville. I see a bob and weave with the Lara question a while ago, man.
I wasn't bobbing and weaving at all.
Yes, man.
I said Steve Smith is going to score more runs before people get him out than Brian. How is that bobbing and weaving?
Anyway, I really wanted to address two things, the NBA issue where you're asking initially.
Who is this, by the way?
My name is Dwayne, calling out a little bit.
This is Dwayne.
Dwayne we have now.
Yes. All right. So first, earlier in the week, you were asking matchup and what percentage of the game it accounts for, right?
Yeah.
It accounts for between 90 to 95% of the game.
Individual matchups?
Yes. No.
Hold on. You gave a figure. I'm challenging. You are saying that 90 to 95% of the time, when a basketballer has the ball in his hand, it's the same man in front of him.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But so you asked the question is matchups, Matchup means you can match anybody.
No, but but your premise is wrong because that is not what I'm talking about.
All right. So you're asking about Shumpert versus Jimmy Butler, right?
Not Shumpert.
Go again.
Aaron Gordon.
Sorry.
So,
all right.
Calm down though, because you're making mistakes in names that you're calling. You're making mistakes in understanding what I'm saying. So you probably want to rethink the strategy that you'd come with. I would agree that 90 to 95% of the time when a basketballer has the ball in his hand, somebody's contesting whatever he's planning to do. Somebody. It doesn't mean that 90 to 95% of the time, this same person is contesting what he's going to do. So right away, your premise is wrong, and therefore your conclusions are likely to be wrong. You want to rethink before you start your presentation now?
No. All right. So what I'm trying to say is because you are saying depending on who is marking who, and you don't look at matchups. You just look at a team and say that team is better.
I don't look at which individual is marking which individual in determining who I think will win a basketball game.
And that is what I'm saying.
Yes,
the matchup 90 to 95% of the time influences that. You may not look at it, but it happens.
But I agree with you that 90 to 95% of the time, a basketballer is contested with what he's going to do. But I'm disagreeing that it is the same individual. Now, before you come to it, I agree that you have to have matchups. You cannot have a man who is not being defended or contested in basketball. A man who does walk to the basket and lay up every time. That is not what I'm arguing.
Or a shot against a guard, for example. That matchup, shot has all the advantage. Is what I'm going at.
I agree.
All right. Fair enough. So we get that out of the way. The Lara thing now.
Yes.
The Lara. No, I'm not talking as a West Indian. I'm talking as a cricket fan.
Yes.
Lara is a better batsman than Steve Smith.
Based on what?
I'm going to give it to you. So for Steve Smith, right?
Yes.
In terms of his stats, his top 3 nations are England, right? He has India, and then everybody else is average. Now, for example...
No, come again, because you've been making some mistakes, so I don't want you to make another mistake now.
All right, so against England, he played 32 games.
No. So what you said already again about his top 3.
All right, so his best stats are against England, India, and then everybody else pretty much averages out.
Again, Dwayne, that is not true.
All right, so let me explain.
Dwayne, before you come onto the radio to contest me.
You're not giving me a chance to talk.
No, because I can't allow you to go on when your facts are so all over the place.
So can I get a chance to
hold on. No, but Steve Smith averaged more against the West Indies than he does against these 2 teams. But you're saying, no, I'm saying I can't allow you to make a presentation when there are so much obvious errors in what you're saying. Right. I want you to make a better presentation than that, Dwayne. It is in my interest. Okay. So I'm saying the things that you're saying, can be easily verifiable. So don't say Brian Lara's best 3 is India and England and everybody else after. When he averages most about 3 times against the West Indies. If you're going to make a proper presentation and do it, you have to know these things. But we'll keep going.
All right. So against England, this morning you said he's made more hundreds against England than anybody else, right? In his career, he's played 32 games against England. Am I wrong or right?
You could be right. But you remember when that argument was made, it was made that he has tied with Bradman.
Yes.
And do you remember me saying that one of the reasons why Bradman has more hundreds against England than most is because he played against England more than most? You remember me saying that?
Okay.
So that point,
that point.
Hold on, yes. That point that you're about to make again now becomes redundant and null and void because I did mention that. Next point. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yes.
So he has in 32 games against England because you mentioned, for example, Lara against India at India wasn't great, right?
No.
So I'm going. Yes, you said it.
No, man, I agree. It wasn't great. So I'm agreeing with you. Yes.
Okay. So I am saying, right, against England in 32 games, he has 1,100, 1150s, right, compared to Lara's 1150s, 1150s, and 700. Mm-hmm. Now, if we should go, for example, and compare Lara and Steve Smith against, for example, South Africa. Now, despite Lara playing more games, right? He played 6 more games against South Africa, right? Mm-hmm. He's averaging 44 in comparison to Lara's 49. Mm-hmm. Lara has 950s.
Yeah, man, but you're telling me about their individual averages against countries.
What I was trying to
we know is that taking all countries as a block. So you don't have to individualize it now.
Which is what I'm trying to do.
Steve Smith has a better overall average by some measure, some distance.
So you're just going to go for the overall average. So this morning when you were making that, for example, the point that, well, against England, Garrett Matthews.
No, the point I was making, the point I was making is that Steve Smith averages 40 or more against every top team. Lara does not. Lara's average against India is in the 30s. So I'm not...
In India?
No, man, him average 30 against India overall.
Yeah, man, overall. Yes, that's true. It's overall.
So I'm saying Steve Smith, there is one top nation that managed to keep Brian Lara human. No country has managed, no top country has managed to keep Steve Smith human, which is one other reason why I'm wondering why we can't compare these fellas. Your presentation, not so great, but I'll give you a chance to reprieve yourself when we come back after.
Okay.
Get running. Stay fit with the latest brands and styles at Western Sports. Running, walking, trekking. Western Sports has the shoe just for you. The time by Western Sports is
2:45.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
It's now time for This Day in Sports, a feature highlighting historical events in sports.
Sponsored by Clean Water, located at 20 Syndham Commercial, Old Harbour Road. Telephone number 876-335-0448 or 876-648-7192.
On June 14, 1951, CBS had the first color telecast of a sporting event. This was live horse racing.
That was This Day in Sports, a feature highlighting historical sporting events.
Sponsored by Clean Water, located at 20 Syndham Commercial, Old Harbour Road. Telephone number 876-335-0448 or 876-648-7192.
It's now time for Anybet Tips, presented by Anybet, your best bet.
Alrighty then, so this game is tomorrow, people, and it's New York FC, and they are home to Columbus Crew. The odds of a New York FC win is $2.19. The odds of a draw is $3.45, and the odds of a Columbus Crew win is $3.10. I like both teams in this one, whopping $3.45 to end in a draw. DC United, they host Salt Lake. The odds of a DC United win is $1.71. The odds of a draw is $3.90. The odds of an upset, Real Salt Lake, is $4.40. And going with the favorites to win at $1.71. So New York FC and Columbus Crew to end in a draw, and you DC United to beat Salt Lake, Real Salt Lake, at $1.71.
Anybet Tips was presented by Anybet, your best bet.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, Dwayne. Hello?
Dwayne call drop.
I'm not surprised that Dwayne's call would have dropped. He wasn't doing particularly well. This is another factor for the Steve Smith Saturday argument. Brian Lara would have played substantially against India. I think 17 games or something like that. The Indians made him human. And he was a very good player of spin, especially when you're flighting the ball. One team could make Brian look human. No country did that to Steve Smith. It's one more reason. Steve Smith averaged 40 or more against everybody who he played. All right. Brian averaged mid-30s against India. That also is part of the reason. All right. Emirates.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Gentlemen, what's up?
Good afternoon. How are you?
I was hoping I was coming after my high school, man.
What's his name? Dwight Chateau.
Dwight Chateau, man. Big up Dwight.
Yeah.
I want to hear that discussion going further. It was quite interesting.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Anyway, The gentleman who called himself a doctor. I don't know if he's a doctor or calling himself doctor, but I'm not going to be long. I'm going to say one thing and leave. The great John Robert Wooden, great American basketballer, calling the Wizard, said, talent is God-given, be humble. Fame is man-given, be grateful. Conceit is self-given, be careful. This guy would have seen it all. He coached, and he saw the talented who were not humble. He saw those who were famous, but that were not grateful, and he saw worse of all those who were conceited and fail. Nothing about sports, all about himself. That's all I leave it at. This program is not for that. Right? Come on and talk sports. Don't come and big up self.
Where say he was sounding conceited?
Not sounding conceited, more than conceited.
All right.
Never be that person. You understand?
I kind of warned Dr. Paphos that they'll come at him.
Not just
the elite, but
no, I'm not coming at him per se. He's trying to make. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Come and speak sports. Don't come and attack people. You understand?
Well, he was saying he wasn't doing that. He was attacking.
Well, that's what he's saying, but that's what we got.
All right.
You understand?
Yeah.
The perception is the thing in Orville. Perception of what people get of you.
Okay.
What he said, it was quite clear. So let's come and talk sports, man. Don't get into the people because we don't want to go there, sir.
Okay.
You understand? As a man who seems to be well learned, I expect me to raise it to a higher level and stay there. Anyway, go on.
So that's it. All right, respect.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Who do we go to now? True Blue. Yeah.
I
am here, True Blue.
God, I recorded me a lot, but in the Canada, no sports still matter.
Who you mean Emirates himself?
Yeah.
We are telling Doc for talk sports.
Yeah.
Came on and did not talk no sports.
That's sports. Anyway, I attack a man too. You can't criticize me too.
Yeah.
Bull, man. Why me tell you? You know, like me, I work for this one bully in this funny year, man. Listen to me, man. And the worst call a man ever met to the show, man. Listen,
yeah.
After the match Sunday, Sports Knock interview Kappa and Damon and Ferguson together. And it was a very good interview because basically Tapper and Ferguson have how them link, how them start the project, how them set out. So you get an insight to know what happened. Because I never know Tapper and Ferguson used to work before. Them said them used to work before behind the scenes. So it's a very good interview. I don't see nothing wrong with that. So it's like him trying to undermine Tapper by saying they bring Ferguson into the interview. It doesn't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't make no sense.
Generate. I know that the part no make no sense to me.
Well, I have it. Generate Tapper. And you ask him, I really didn't ask him now.
Let me ask him.
Who I'm coach. Yeah. And it's a Jackie Walters.
Mm-hmm.
But in the rate, Jackie Walters team coach, but he can't say rate him over Tapper. That don't make no sense. Because if I talk about rating, I talk about who are the better coach.
Yes,
who you like.
Yes.
We're not about who you like.
That was never what you were talking about.
Yeah, because me no rate Tapper as a top coach. But I think I want to make a best coach at the international level. But so me, in the last part of I'm coaching thing. They know what I'm to Tapper, but he like him just not take a talk on about him and doing more thing, him not busy with what I say. And I think the program does go right downhill. In the stubborn man, we give him at least 40% of the blame for not qualify. Honestly. I think you're the very stubborn in the last part of the campaign and team selections and Zidane said, boy, it's terrible, man. We don't know how you could have sit down and pick some of them teams to play when you have better players on the team.
But let me tell you what is happening now, True Blue. Because people realize that they can't intertwine what happened with the World Cup qualifiers with what is happening at Mount Pleasant. They start bringing up back the World Cup qualifiers now when that was never the argument.
Zidane, you bring up a good point about the local. You know, Tapper did well with local teams than when they have international players. You know that?
Yeah.
When Tapper, the team of Tapper, they can't go final, I tell you now. That was most local players.
Yes, big achievement that about.
And then they never play back.
The man I bring up say Mexico had an under 21 team.
It no matter professional.
This is a wicked, but really not rate.
Most of those players.
No man, let me take up for Bull a little bit. Bull is usually a caller that makes a lot of sense.
Yes, I agree.
But today he had an off day.
Yeah, man. He had an off day. Yeah, man. It happens. It happens. We're not going to beat him up.
You say if him sound like this more regular now,
then we can mash him up.
We can't.
It's an half day.
It's an half day. Bull usually not sound like.
I want him work ever, man.
Yeah. When him say him rate A over B, but him not sure A better than B.
That not make no sense.
It no get much more bramble than
that. That can't.
Oh, Ferguson's from the rural area.
I saw me years used to go manage.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Then that's why Ferguson can't coach, man.
But yeah, man, but Tapa is getting ratings for the more pleasant. Because look how much coach got the T got there. What another one in for the Mantiga again? Him that's it near now. Can't remember name right now.
Duki
did it. Then bring in overseas coach and the man come and the man wins. You have to get the man in rating.
You can't take because if him did lose, we are gonna say, boy, see they even him have a what they call it now, star-studded team and can't win.
Because remember them, it's a glitch. Them it's like a glitch in the middle of the season, you know.
Yeah.
Them start very good, you know, and then them start like them are going to reverse, you know. I think they come about third in the initial standing, and they lead so many times by far. So, but every team have got through that. So guess what? You have to give me rating now because although them going on like a bad spell, in still and listen, they not play bad football and the semi-final and the players and the final was the top, but you know the semi-final them play really good.
Yeah, man.
The team look really good. They are top team. Because people not expect top team to play so open. They said if they sit back and try to counter.
True.
We'll have to get the man in rating, man. It's not one of my biggest question, but you have to get the man in rating to the man. I congratulate the man for them win, man.
Them say even when you're flogging the devil, you must give him his due.
Never leave none of all, but
yeah.
Steve Smith, Brian Lara, I'm not a cricket person, but in terms of from a spectator point of view, but I prefer watching Lara.
So would I.
But if you go stay right, you go want the man to make the run, and you look on all the stats and everything. You know, so far, but right now, we have to get to Steve. If you have to pick any one of them, you have to get to Steve base. But one thing I agree with still Orville.
What's that?
The runs the Lara make, the 500 runs and the 375 and the 400. You know, take a little boy to make everyone just still matter we have back against the Lara.
No, man, me agree.
Oh,
big
okay.
man.
No,
man, I agree.
Yeah.
What? Listen, I play a win ball cricket with my boss. It's not easy to make 500 runs.
Yeah, man.
In a win ball cricket run at the back of the school.
Then I use to see that, man.
Nobody said it's easy. But one thing I can tell you, it's not easy to average 60 after 97 tests. Only Bradman has ever done that. It's not easy to score 3,100 in 97 tests. That is hard. Nobody else has ever done that.
Listen, although Lara my batsman, we can give Steve Smith big credit for is that he never started off as a out-and-out batsman.
Man started as a leg spinner. In other words, although Steve Smith's average is 60 right now, if we should really calculate Steve Smith's average since he started batting high up in the order, it's probably closer to mid-60s, you know. What this man is doing, my boss, is mind-boggling. And no amount of West Indianness should stop us from recognizing the man. Here's another fool argument that I've heard. What great innings did Steve Smith ever play? Do you know how many great innings Jack Callis played when he now played against the West Indies? We don't watch Steve Smith, you know, my boss. So we won't know. Ask the average man in the Caribbean, what great innings did Sachin play? We won't know. We won't remember. We never watch.
Yeah.
Unless it's against us. Who did I watch? How many people used to watch Steve Smith when him do him? We don't really watch them, so we can't know. Steve Smith's innings are not great to you as a West Indian. Ask the Australian them if him innings them great. Ask them when him go up to England and Jafra cha fire. Ask him if Steve Smith did something great and allow Australia for all the Ashes. Ask them when him go India upon a turn at them when he made 3 centuries in the series, if that was memorable to the Australian public. Because we don't remember the innings, them no means other people didn't.
One more thing that happened. Yeah. This thing about if he played 29 tests and scored out. You check that, you verify that?
Yes. If he made a ducks in the next 29 innings, his average would still be 50. He would probably be 1 point or so below Lara. But the man has if people think an 8-run gap in average is small, if Steve Smith make a duck in every innings up to 29 innings, 1 ball for 29 innings, he would still be averaging 50. That shows you the level that the man is operating at now. 20 more test match ducks in the next 20 innings, he'd still be averaging more than Brian Lara. What else we need for now?
But Orville, quickly though, you don't think that Lara Baton are much more pressure than Steve?
The pressure argument is an argument that I've discussed before, but with your time kind of run out. Pressure is an individual thing, for one. I don't know how you measure pressure. That's A. B, Brian Lara was playing in our team after a while that nobody expected to win. Steve Smith is playing in our team that is always contesting for titles. They mean the title. No. They just won. See, when you are playing in a team that is expected to compete, generally speaking, you are under more pressure than a man who are playing a one team.
But Brian, a big bat and
But so is Steve. Steve Smith right now is as big a bat relative to the other big bat as Lara was. Steve Smith was at one stage the number one batsman of the world. I think he was number 2 or 3 now. So Lara was number 1 in the world. Steve Smith was number 1 and number 2. Both under pressure to perform.
All right, man.
There you go. We'll take a break.
Big up on yourself.
We're coming back.
Men 40 years and older, use your NHF card and pay $1,600 less for your PSA test for prostate cancer. The time by NHF is
3 o'clock.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Avoid touching eyes, nose, and mouth. Hands touch many surfaces and can pick up viruses. Once contaminated, hands can transfer the virus to your eyes, nose, or mouth. From there, the virus can enter your body and can make you sick.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
It's me, yes, it's me. Tune in to KLAS FM 89 with the German brother Frisco Morgan.
Your DJ is Joseph. Every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. with
the undiluted gospel mixer on KLAS FM 89, the station of the stars. We are here for you.
Have you ever thought about how much of your time you give to God? Whether it is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, God delights in the moments you share with Him. Join Prophet Dexton Burton for 15 minutes of prophetic glory, Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. as he takes you on a prophetic journey of signs, wonders, and miracles, breaking bread, administering healing, breakthrough, and deliverance. God speaks and His mind is revealed through His servant.
Can you shout that out? We need to move. We need to move.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number 1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right. Music.
Yeah. Yaba Music brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color and the Sunshine J.A. album. This one is number 9 on the track, Moments with featuring Bagger Case.
Moments with you, it's what I'm yearning for. Moments with you, my love. Moments with you are worth waiting for. You'll be forever, my love. I fantasize that you felt the same way too. I never knew your name. This wasn't true. This was a fantasy. I was looking at love and she looked back at me. I wish that dreams could come true. My dream is a moment with you. You looked at me and smiled intriguingly. I wonder if you read my mind. My soul stood still. My dreams seemed real. The charms were all around me. You smiled with me, totally possessing me. I really lost my mind. Romance with you have captured my mind. Now I know that you could be mine. My dreams could come true. My dream is a moment with you.
All right, the smooth vocals of the man called Bagger Case, and that was our selection here. Big up to the Sunshine J album.
Yes, that was brought to you by H Campaigns for people who dream in color, and the other music, the Sunshine J album.
All right, Rooney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big up on yourself, Zidane. Big up yourself.
Big up.
I will not tell you, I try very hard, but it's okay.
Yeah.
This is an average class. You understand me? Average caller. Dr. Puffers, big up yourself. You understand this?
Yeah.
Anyway, Zidane.
Zidane just run out, you know.
So I'm here alone.
Oh, see, no, him there. Him come back. Yes, Ron.
Zidane, as me say, if me can talk to you, we'll find out station you find.
Go again.
Steve Smith or Brian Lara?
I think it's
it's
very close. We're not give Brian Lara the edge.
You like then you're smart. You understand? You're smart. Orville just difficult and he might making point and he might tell you who Ranatunga open bowling for Sri Lanka. Who is Ranatunga open bowling for Sri Lanka? Ranatunga wasn't the batsman, so and he must say, oh, Batty a bowl and a Dessa Brian Lara. And we say no, and that we are talking about both cricketers face bramble bowling. You understand me? But as a block who face more bramble, who face better bowling, and Brian Lara in a block face better bowling.
I don't know that.
You don't know that?
No.
So all right. When you look at it now, Orville, and against so we can call South Africa name. And I'm gonna face against Jack Callis. Man, just you know talk. You know,
but I don't want you to call out just the top names.
But all right. Orville.
Yeah.
Did Brian Lara face Donald, Pollock, Ntini, all at once?
Yes.
So when I talk about you don't
what did he do?
Them things there.
Hold on.
Aren't those top line bowlers?
Hold on, man.
No. Aren't those top line bowlers?
I've answered your question, yes. But I'm saying...
So just Bill, when you come to... in a block.
And I'm saying when he faced that attack...
Orville, in a block... You understand me?
There's a reason why I know I'm saying what I'm saying.
Man, because you've been talking for the last 2 hours.
No, but let me tell you, he faced
You've
Donald.
been talking for the last 2 hours. I call Batty and Ranatunga name.
He faced
and
Donald.
People who don't understand cricket and listen and say, yo, for real, I pay Brambling face. And I'm saying, when he faced a block of bowlers, it was a better block of bowlers.
And what did he do against those block of bowlers?
Him can't perform like how a Smith would have performed against some people in the face now. Name the top bowlers them a Smith a face now. Name them.
Jimmy Anderson.
Jimmy Anderson Stewart. Jimmy Anderson as well.
Jimmy Anderson Stewart, bro.
Okay, and Brian Lara face Jimmy Anderson Stewart, bro, as well. Name the next steps.
Well, I don't know if Brian Lara face Jimmy Anderson Stewart, bro.
I'm not asking, I tell you.
Brian Lara
wouldn't be for long.
Wouldn't be for long.
It no matter. But Steve Smith a face them when them good either. But them they on the back end of them career.
No, man, no, stop it.
Hey, just well on nobody tell me. I mean, can argue if Steve Smith was a bowler, return batsman. That is how Bramble bowling be now. A batsman come turn top batsman. A bowler come turn top batsman. That is how Bramble. We can argue from the standpoint.
Am I going to
all I'm saying to you, Orville. The people who don't understand.
Garfield Sobers made the West Indies team as a bowler, by the way.
Garfield Sobers made the thing as an all-rounder.
No, that is not true. You have to know cricket before you talk.
I apologize. I am very sorry. All I am saying is, Zidane, because you're smart.
But Rooney, it is important that I correct.
You're going to have 3 hours to talk.
No,
you're going to have 4 hours. You're going to have the whole day tomorrow.
After you put out the false information.
Which false information?
That Gary Sobers made the West Indies team as an all-rounder.
Sobers is our all-rounder? What did Jack starters?
Garfield Sobers did not start.
What did Jack starters?
Batsman.
A batsman. Yeah. But don't come bowler and he's a top bowler though. So it cannot. Don't tell me about this man starters.
Rudy, you just said that the bowling must be very weak.
We can argue all we want. Right. The reality of the situation is as a
Rooney, you have to be fair now, Rudy, because you said
Rooney just said that the bowling has to be weak because a man who met the team as a bowler turned bad. That means the bowling that bowled to Sobers must have been weak as well because Sobers met the team as a bowler and come to the biggest bat in the world.
That's fine.
This is how you reason, Rudy.
And I'm saying fine. If you argue like that for Sobers, then fine. Go ahead. But do not
agree to the bowling in a Sobers time.
They're never good, man. They're never good. Stop it. That me argue. Listen to what I'm saying, Zidane. Because Zidane, you really want. But then again, you come on the side there. You're on my side of the argument. You see me?
Yes.
Look at it. In a block. Him can't call top bowler them.
I was doing that in a
face. You can't call them.
What do you mean you can't call them?
Because when they look on it, down in India. I go down in India. They are the top bowler them Steve face down in India.
Ashwin, Jadeja,
Bumrah. All right. Wait.
Shami.
Stop. What? Stop. When it's the Ashwin, right? Tell me who Ashwin good as an off spinner. Tell me as good as who better than in a Brian Lara era.
Garrett Batty.
So Garrett Batty play one match versus Brian Lara on the ball. What?
Phil Toughnell.
No. When this is what I'm talking about.
You asked me the question. You asked me the question and me I try to answer it to educate the public and you just a yap on.
Right.
When Brian Lara made the 400, Garrett Batty was bowling. When Brian made the 375, Phil Toughnell was bowling. Phil Toughnell now Garrett Batty cannot bowl like that.
Hold on, man.
Better bowler than them two, man.
Hold on. Let me ask you. Daniel Vittori or Ashwin or no Jadeja, because I left on. Who is better?
Jadeja.
Vittori or Jadeja?
Jadeja.
Why you say Jadeja better? Because I'm stats?
Then why else must you say?
Oh, you see, that is what me I talk about. People who understand. Just talk, no, man. And this is what I say, people who understand and know cricket can never give Jadeja as a better bowler than Daniel Vittori.
Why not? Why not?
People who know and understand
why would
cricket
people
will
who
never
know
say
Jadeja
is a better bowler than Daniel Vittori.
I'm asking why. I'm asking why.
So Zidane, all me say, in a block, Zidane, Brian Lara face better bowling.
How do you know that?
South Africa to Australia to England to Sri Lanka
how do you know
that? All over thing, Brian Lara in a black face better bowling.
I don't know that.
You would know.
But you wouldn't know
because it don't suit your argument. You understand me?
Yes.
It don't suit your argument.
It don't suit your argument for say otherwise either, Rudy.
No, I am being fair, my boss.
How do you know? Do you know all the bowlers that Steve Smith has faced? And do you know all the bowlers that Lara faced?
But no. Guess what? Steve Smith is doing it now. Name me the top bowler. You're struggling.
No, I'm not struggling.
No. But
when you ask me, I call the name.
Look go to England. Who is the top bowler in England? Where Steve Smith is? Understand, broad? Who done? Name me them now.
Understand?
Archer will play one series against him.
But will not know. I'm saying.
Will they kill him?
But you asked me the question and you're not allowing me to answer.
Because we don't need you for answer.
Then if you don't need me to answer, then why are you asking the question?
The world I see. You understand me? It's a rhetorical question, my boss.
Rhetorical question.
When you come down to West Indies, name me the top one of them chase of West Indies.
West Indies not
in a block.
By the way, people. Just for
anyways,
calm down. Daniel Vettori.
So you are being disingenuous, Orville, let
me give you one piece of statistical evidence. First, when you're done, Ravinder Jadeja is taking wickets at 24 apiece as a left-arm spinner. Daniel Vettori was taking wickets at 34 apiece. There's a 10-run difference between Jadeja and Vettori.
So which era was a better era? Which era was a better era?
Yeah, but take the lick the rule.
You can't tell me that.
That's small in the rule. That one that both Vettori come. Vettori was that great, you know.
The man said Vettori, who take wickets at 34 apiece, is better than Jadeja.
That is what they are. So you're saying that this era. So Zidane, you said this era is better than that era.
Man. Remember, New Zealand never have the quality. The Vettori was basically.
What the quality have to do with a bowler?
No, Vettori got into the team because New Zealand never have the quality.
Rudy,
he wasn't a big bowler.
Rudy. Jadeja Ashwin can bowl better than Vettori.
He remember Vettori.
He doesn't.
He wasn't all that special.
And I want to tell you something. The pace bowlers that India have now.
I'll tell me everything.
Rudy, I'm going to ask you one question. I want you to be fair.
New Zealand attack better.
Well, I know. The pace bowlers that India have now are the pace bowlers that India have when Brian did that play. Which one better?
The pace bowler that Australia.
India, me say. India. Australia pace them better.
That South Africa had, and the pace bowler that New Zealand.
New Zealand attack better now than when Lara.
New Zealand attack better now. The English attack better now. Especially in the moon condition. The Indian pace bowler them better now. Rooney, nice try.
Lara face better bowling.
We got Rooney.
Big up yourself.
Vettori can bowl like Jadeja. We're coming back.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year. It's going through the roof. You think I should call Pete?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat you too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say yeah, man to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926-HAWK. Conditions apply.
Give a little something. US $1 JD 150 every time you receive a remittance from Lasco Money Transfer to sponsor a social project selected by the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange. Say, I want to donate $1 to the cashier. Donations accepted at these locations: 38.5 Red Hills Road, Kingston 10, 15 Chandos Place, Poppin Square, Kingston 10, and Shop 203 Bay West Shopping Center, 3 St. James Street, Montego Bay.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
We understand the calls are piling up, so we're going to stick to the 4 minutes, just Abraham?
Yes.
4 minutes per call. I will try to clear the backlog. San Diego.
Hello, good day, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
All right, let me go in here fast. The essence of a call today to say, Orville, that 29 thing number you get, I don't know if it's Alric I get it from, but after 7 years at San Diego, I keep getting 19 each time I calculate it.
No, man, let me tell you what is. Let me tell you.
I'll come to that.
No, man, before you run.
No.
The person who made the stats said if he made 29 straight ducks, he would still average 50.
And that's what I work out, and I keep getting 19.
So Steve Smith would now average 19?
No. You need to make 19 ducks straight to become Brian Lara average.
No. Yeah, all right, yeah. The thing I was saying, he would still average over 50 if he made 29 straight ducks. I suppose less than that, he would still be above Brian.
19 ducks would take him to Brian Lara average of 50.
All right, and 29 straight ducks. I mean, you did say it wrong. 29 straight ducks.
Keep repeating it, and I'm after today. I'm after yesterday.
All right.
Here
I have the post now. 29 straight ducks, he would still average over 50.
But he would be below 53.
It would be below 53.
Yes, man.
So maybe 19 ducks. He will still be at
19 ducks is what will take him to 53.
All
I
right.
have the figures there in front of me, man.
All right. So
a 7 year,
even if Steve Smith make 19 more ducks, he would still average more than Brad. All right.
All right. Do I try to mash it to a pole?
I know.
Yes. He made mention of the insignificant 1.9. That's the difference between Steve Smith and Brian Lara. You know, if we don't.
In terms of
runs scored
per innings, right? Runs per innings, right?
Yeah.
And that's simply due to Steve Smith's 22 not out innings as against Brian Lara 6.
Which means Brian was easier to out.
We know that Dwight always trying to discount
what
not out.
What that tells you, is that Brian Lara was easier to get out in cricket than Steve Smith.
All right. Plus,
not out.
Is that Steve Smith have the opportunity to go in when Australia just need to knock off a couple runs.
Steve Smith bat number 4 for Australia. Steve Smith bat number 4 for Australia.
Right. So Australia might need 200 runs to win the match.
All right, St. Diego, what you could find out then is
make the 200 for
hold on,
St. Diego. Not out.
What you could find out. St. Diego, what you can find out then is how many times Steve Smith was not out, scoring 40 or more.
Right. I mean,
like I say a few, sometimes maybe a few runs.
Or what we could look at is his fourth inning.
Yes.
The fact that Brian Lara side get ball out invariably.
No, we can't find the stats, my boy.
Yeah, man, we can't.
We can't find the stats to get the stats.
Let's find out his fourth inning performance.
Coming to Emirates now, like Emirates, I sense a touch of exaltation in the cause of the goodly duck. You know, like him say for instance yesterday. Him chairman walking, him had big meetings. Him talk of his position in the penal system. Him talk of him being a doctor in engineering. I think him talk of. I sense a little exaltation. So if Emirates sends something in there, you can't blame him. Although I agree with Doc still. I don't like the elite thing. Cause say yes, boy, well, easy, God knows easy, Zidane Orville.
Yeah.
You see the elite thing. You see, want to do it, man, an elite like Baggio. Baggio who bring gospels to the program. The Reverend Baggio. You see, want to ostracize Baggio.
We ostracize Baggio.
Once upon a time, I used to hear on the station, I'm a security consultant. And anywhere I go in the country, I listen to KLS. And I'm sure you don't pay Baggio for that, But I never like the ad, because it's a big up himself. I like the security guards like below average. I never like the security consultant like Baggio, which is similar to a doctor now. He's a doctor in engineering, and my chairman just walk in, and when the chairman talk, it's bad manners to cut off the public. Whether or not the chairman walk in, when the chairman walk in, I have to stand. Oh, the figures for Steve Smith thing. Steve Smith if we use 8,947 runs, 171 innings, minus 22 not outs. So it's 149. 8,947 over 149, gear 60. Brian Lara is 11,953 over 226 after I'm not out. It's 232 innings minus 6 not outs.
Yes.
So gear 53. So all we need to do, Orville, if we want to know how much innings the man needs to get 53, is use the 8,947.
No, man, fine. So, but if him score 90 more ducks, he must stay.
But now gone 149 innings. So
all right, but here's the thing I wanted to.
168 minus 149 is 19 more ducks.
Well, no, man.
Equal to that.
All right, here's the thing I wanted to look at. You're saying that part of the reason why Steve Smith got so many not outs was because Australia needed a little bit around him.
He has the opportunity.
But hold on, but let us tell you what the facts are, no man. Sure.
Yes.
Here are the facts. So in the fourth innings of a game, which is the fourth innings where you go either bat for save or win a game now.
And declare to Orville.
Huh?
It can be the first inning they make runs and declare. So
but you are saying no, but it is what you saying or say him just come for lick off some runs and not out. Oh yeah, change now.
Even he's batting first.
All right, him change.
Can bat and declare.
All right.
Australia don't get bowled out like West Indies get bowled out.
No, but so you're
it's not done a not out only 6 times in his life.
So how did Shandapal not out so many times and him and Brian play the same?
Selfish, and which is why people don't like Shandapal.
No, me like him.
Shandapal was deliberately
all right.
Give the stats him.
I want to hear. Now, give me the chance.
I want to hear.
All right. So in the fourth innings of a game, Steve Smith has batted 23 times. 3 not outs. So he has, and his average in fourth innings is actually 29. So this is not the greatest.
It's not the fourth innings.
It's not the greatest fourth innings performance.
That's why.
So it's not the fourth innings boost.
That there's no difference between Lara and Steve Smith. Without they're not out only 1.9.
When he bats first too, in the first innings when him bat.
I know.
80 at the average.
In 10 seconds, let me just complete by saying Brian Lara has 5 innings better than Steve Smith's best.
All right.
Brian Lara has 3 innings in the top 10 all time in the world.
No, not true.
Yes, man.
No, not 3. Not 3.
2.
Thank you very much. But if me never catch you, they say that's a 3.
No. The 153.
Well, San Diego, as long as you agree, you say it's not 3. You did that try slide that past the public. But
he has 5 innings.
San Diego, just agree, so me catch you.
5 innings better than Steve Smith's best.
All right, San Diego.
All right, San Diego, we'll leave it there.
Okay.
If that try slide the 3, then I catch you. You're not gonna catch me.
I don't want to wish for the third as the 400, but we know the 7.
No, the 400. None of the triple.
Oh, not that there. And there's the
well,
150.
I think the 375 would probably, but the 150 are definite.
Yeah,
but not 3 in the first. Then not 3.
All right.
All right. Below average.
Good afternoon, KLS Massive.
Good afternoon.
All right. Yesterday, I come back with a top thing today. I go for an ends last night, and the man them take me on, and somebody think the man them said to me that as usual they'll start being nonsense when they go up on the radio. And the reason for saying that is because they were saying that list where you make up, there's no good list without the girl them World Cup coach upon it. And I agree. So me adjust it. Hello?
Yeah, man.
So me adjust it. I'm come back for just.
Menzies, who you going to use? Menzies are the assistant.
No, man.
Who's now the head coach?
Both because the assistant, when Menzies go, later on carry these ladies
as the head coach. Yeah.
As the head coach now.
Yes.
So both of them are upon it. So Tapper, I go, as the Rasta said, dropped down the order.
Yes.
In dog number 7 now.
In that number 7. So you have Rennie Simoes, you Menzies, Landerson, because although and as me telling you, gentlemen, right? And for those who are out there in the radio land who care to listen, me did it off of the top of my head. So leaving out the ladies, them coach was an oversight on my part.
Yes.
I just never remember anything at all. So the man them cussed me last night and while for them me say, yeah, you know something right? And them say, yeah, see, I just that. I can't about the man them think nonsense here chat if you not so them 2 people have World Cup, them go. Them carry the ladies. So it would be now. My new thing now would be Rennie Simoes number 1 because I'm male. You Menzies 2 because him do it first. And then Landerson 3 because him do it second. Then see when you are behind that Wendell Downswell, Jackie Waters, Carl Brown, and Tapper 7th. Even at 7th, and notice gentleman, man, me say most successful national coach. So the success comes in order of if you get an international trophy or go very deep into an international competition, it carries more weight than if you do better at club football in Jamaica. You understand?
Yes.
So that's why. So you have some people do far better than Tapper in a club football, you know, but they no win no international competition. I go far in an international competition. So Tapper at 7th, Winfred Schaefer 8th, John Barnes 9, and then Jackie Bell. I put Jackie Bell in it now because Sean verified saying he win 4 Premier League. Mm-hmm. Right? Did I say that yesterday?
Yes.
Right. So Jackie Bell
and 1 after that.
Jackie Bell, Lenworth Hyde, and Jerome Wade. Even so, no gentleman. Tapper at 7th as the 7th most successful coach in Jamaica. That speaks volumes, you know. Me think, you know.
Yeah. What the coach?
People don't rate him, and people. I never said he was the best coach. Remember what I said yesterday. Most successful. So a man might think even though even though him do that and him win Shell Cup or him win Caribbean Cup, him not good like say for instance a Donovan Duke or whoever. But me talk about success. So me never say who is better. Me say who is more successful.
Have you Well, because
ask the question.
Have you taken in level of difficulty?
No, level of difficulty
to qualify a team. In other words, Lauren Donaldson would have qualified the female team, and some other male coaches would have not qualified a male team. But you could argue that maybe qualifying the female team
is harder.
Was harder than some of the times.
Than for instance, under 17 World Cup.
No man, I'm probably talking the senior men's team. I could make the argument that qualifying for the female senior team is comparatively easier than qualifying the male senior team.
Well, you could be right, you know.
I could make the argument.
You could be right, but in any case, me still have Tupper at 7th, and at 7th, it speaks volumes for me. You understand what I say? Yeah. So I'm here, me I'll ring off now because I don't really spend much more time on it. Mr. say, me here, my you there, Shipping Port, say more come with him top 10. If Shipping Port come with a 10, where you gentlemen agree that top enough in the 10. As long as the 12 agrees that top enough in the 10, when him name it out, and it comes down to success, you know, where you win and where you go in the competition.
Yeah.
And him name when we call a credible 10, we top on in and don't call this program for 2 months.
Alright, Shipping Port.
Put that in there.
No, me no want him name the team without Tapper.
You hear the criteria them though.
It's credible, man.
Me want hear me no, but me.
So both of us have to agree with Shipping Port that the 10
no,
is
well, let's we won't agree. Well, me personally won't agree because I'm more below average for the program.
No, if me agree. This is below average.
Below average. This is me I work with you though.
But below average.
No matter whether you work with me or not, as long as if you not agree with him thing, me not call for 2 months.
All right,
no, well, me not go agree with it.
All right, so me I no give some more people a chance.
All right,
we just want to correct that thing with the man. Because what they said to me last night, it showed the female coach a P night, the World Cup.
All right,
bossy.
That's good.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
All right, in Sports in a Minute, we're coming about to that. Here we go. Joe Clark turned his first red ball century for 21 months into a maiden double century as Nottinghamshire denied county championship title hopefuls Warwickshire at Trent Bridge. Clark batted for 8 hours and 38 minutes to finish unbeaten on 229 as Notts clawed back a first innings deficit of 416 to draw on 464 for 6. That is Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes.
Everybody at a new job I call you Shane from accounts all week when your real name Sean from admin. But somebody just handed you delicious KFC hot wings that were dropped off for Shane from accounts. A wing is a win. Enjoy a KFC hot wings 5-piece combo or 25-piece party bucket today. KFC, it's finger licking good.
All you practice a good lady is the Carlston mackerel. Carlston mackerel now? So hold on. You never hear about the new tin mackerel from the market. Carlston mackerel sauce rich. Carlston mackerel is the best with your rice, your bread, not to mention with your dumpling. Carlston mackerel is great source of protein, calcium and omega-3. Carlston mackerel is ready to eat from sea to land. Carlston mackerel is the best brand.
Get running and stay fit with the latest brands and styles at Western Sports. What's your fitness goal? Running, walking, or hiking? Check out our new arrivals of Adidas, Nike, Asics, and Saucony. Our brands are specially suited for you. Toe-to-heel cushioning to reduce abrasions. Low impact, breathability, durability, and cost. Whatever your fitness goal is, Western Sports has the shoe just for you. Western Sports, Kingston, Oteris, and Montego Bay. Western Sports, the sports people.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
So like
Andre.
4 minutes
Yeah,
you
good
having,
afternoon,
Andre.
gentlemen.
4 minutes.
Yeah, Orville.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't have an issue to say that Steve Smith is a greater batsman than Lara, you know. That's fine, you know. We could argue that all day, you know, long. But what I have an issue with is that whenever you're arguing, you're giving selective information based on the person you chose. For instance, you said to the public, you're saying that Lara has the 26th best average, but you did not tell the public that of the 26th best average that 12 of these persons played 50 or 40 or more games, because you have the likes of Adam Voges and others who have played.
No, man, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that everybody. I'm not saying that everybody who average more than.
No. You said that 25 persons have a.
It doesn't mean that I think the 25.
No, listen.
Lord Andre, sometimes listen to me. Argument.
No.
25 people average more than Brian. Why is he automatically better than all of them?
No,
I did not tell you that all of them will average more than him, better than him.
No. Arthur, my point is, you cannot say 25% average better than Lara.
Which is true.
We know it is true, but put things in context.
I did. I have told you that Lara better than Voges and enough of the man will average more than him.
Because you did not put it in context. So why did you say that?
I am saying, listen, lift your intelligence, Andre. 25 people average better than you. What makes it automatic that you're better than them? Isn't that a fair question?
What? Nobody even said that it was automatic. But what you're saying is
people in the West, people were called on a program here. Say Lara the greatest thing about world bat.
You should also say that for 12 of these persons play less than 40 games, right?
You know the only way you could have tell myself is that if I was arguing that they are all better than him.
No, but
I'm not.
Say that. Well, that is irrelevant to say it. It is irrelevant to say that 25 persons average.
It is not irrelevant. It is true. 25 people average more than Brian Lara. Why is it that Brian Lara is automatically better than them all?
Are we arguing that Adam Voges is better than Lara? So why we need to...
That brother, you're slow like mud, brother. Listen to what I'm saying, my boss.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
if 25 people average more than Brian Lara, why is it automatic that Brian Lara is better than them all? Does that mean me I tell the same no better than some?
You should also say that a lot of these persons have played what?
Me no need to say that me rate Brian more than 3/4 of them.
It's irrelevant to even compare them. It is irrelevant to compare them. And the next thing you do, you know, you're talking about Lara played against Garrett Batty.
Was that a lie?
He also played in that game against Steve Harmison, against Matthew Haggard, who was over.
Yes, but we know these names. What I was pointing out.
You selectively.
No, what I was pointing. What I don't have to point out that Lara face weird McGrath one. You know.
Listen.
I'm just trying to point out that you are the ones who are refusing to say Brian Lara beat up Garrett Batty ball on the way to 400.
Nobody said that. You are disingenuous.
If you ask people, one of the arguments of Brian is that him face more world-class bowlers than everybody else.
No. Nobody at no point did anybody say that Lara only played against great bowlers. But why we don't need everybody play against ordinary bowlers. So why don't you compare?
So why don't we hear people? Hold on. Why don't we hear about the poor bowlers that Brian did beat up?
Let me finish making my point. We don't need to. You don't need to point out the ordinary bowlers that Lara faced versus.
Oh, I should only point out the great ones.
Listen. Both players, all players will face ordinary bowlers.
Right.
Why don't you compare the great bowlers Lara faced versus the great bowlers that Steve Smith faced?
Why can't we compare the bramble bowlers that the two of them faced?
Let me finish speaking now. No, you know that the best average in terms of averages, only Rabada and Pat Cummins averages less than 23 in this current era. Not even Jimmy Anderson, Stuart Broad. They don't average. They're not averaging.
How many Brian Lara faced that went below 23?
Below 23. You have the likes of Glenn McGrath, Morley Taran, Sean Pollock, just around 23, right? Alan Dana.
Here's what. Me no want to tell me what when Brian Lara faced, hold on, because Rooney never wanted me to ask this. When Brian Lara faced Alan Donald and Sean Pollock in our series at the peak in South Africa, what did Brian do? Merely telling me that you faced them, I mean nothing. The truth is, when Brian Lara faced Wazim Akram, Waka Yunis, Shoaib Akhtar, as a group, Brian Lara never scored no 100 against that quartet. When Lara against hold on, these are hold on. Mr. Me no want to just tell me win face. Here are the facts.
Lara face Brett Lee.
Lord of mercy, listen to the point of me, Andre. Me give you about the extra minute.
In his prime, what did he average against them?
Listen, here's what me I say to you. When them you know what me I come with, and that's why you know what I say what me I say.
No, let me ask you. When he faced
Shoaib, Wakar, Wazib, what did he do?
In Shane Warne, Gillespie, Brett Lee, what was his average against them?
Listen, Brian Lara did very well against Australia. I am saying though.
He did well against the likes of.
But me I tell you, say no, just one and McGrath used to bowl for Australia.
Huh?
And only one and McGrath used to play. No?
Yeah, but Gillespie, I gave Gillespie and Brett Lee 4 great.
Fine, and fine. Huh? So let's give you that the Australian attack now is far superior to what Steve Smith had that face. Give me India. Steve Smith against India now or Brian against India then. Which bowling was better?
Oh, India has a better attack right now.
Thank you. All right. New Zealand with Trent Bolt, Tim Southey, Wagner, Lucky Ferguson are the ones that my Brian faced. Which attack was better, then or no?
Yeah, he has faced.
Well, on, man, just tell me. So you agree that the Indian attack now is better than the Indian attack that Brian used to face?
Well, that's just two anyways. You want.
Well, on. So you agree that the New Zealand attack is better as well?
Yeah, that's just two attacks.
So hold on. Yeah. So India attack better now. New Zealand attack better now. Let's work with England now. Even if you want to say it close, the fact is that Anderson and Broad, that was the best thing ever bowled cricket ball for England. That Brian Lara did not face. So Anderson, if you are going to name an all English bowling attack between Lara time and now, them two man there for play.
Because unblock, if you should take Steve Armisen, Flintoff, Matthew Haggard in his prime, it's going to be very, very close.
I'm prepared to argue that it is close. But may I say to you now, in Brian Lara's 400, there was a man named Garrett Batty. Nobody will bowl for England no worse than that. No.
But you did not mention
so we have to balance out the some people.
All right. Andre.
See?
In that series,
we have to leave it there, man. We both full and we have some holy fathers.
All right.
All right, Orville.
Yeah.
Quickly.
The board food, man. Call me back tomorrow.
No, give me the person too. You want to debate? If you want to debate yourself, you can come and debate. Or find a person who's going to challenge me, Lara versus Steve.
I because the man them afraid, you know. And the man them not going to know the thing them when me know.
You take stand yourself.
No, man, me not debate. It's unfair for debate, caller. Leave it, that's what I'm about. Yeah, man. All right. Hello.
What's on what?
Where is the shipping port?
Yeah, I'm paying you for taking Andre, Orville.
Eh?
I can pay you for taking Andre.
No, and who are going to decide? Who are going to vote?
Well, judges.
Eh?
Can't be called. No.
Them caller, yeah.
No,
really?
Can't be the caller.
The callers. You would just not like a 20 love me that get. You would get 20 love. No matter what, Andre come say.
What's them love, Brian?
Well, I don't want to say 4 minutes and I say what I talk about the thing in a bit.
Yes.
So I feel.
Yeah.
You've been misrepresenting the thing all along, brother.
Eh?
You have misrepresented the figures.
In what way?
You said St. Diego, I try. Big up yourself, St. Diego. I miss first the principal out at beautiful principal out at St. Diego High School.
Yeah.
You said St. Diego, I tried to pin 1. When I 2 top innings and not 3.
Yeah.
How far is 29 from 19?
No, man, me to get that wrong.
But for 3 day company program.
No, what let me tell you, is a text a man sending out. But we can explain myself. I brother named Dave Gent. Because I know me do the maths. Dave Gent's text was if Steve Smith scores 29 more ducks, he would still average over 50. And the argument continued as to what would film average more than Brian still. Some said 20, 21, 22. So I mean that I'm misrepresented.
So
the fact though.
So the Virgin them more credible than me then.
Which Virgin?
Because you run with the 29 and we set up on a good and beat me.
No, man. That's 29 more ducks, Steve Smith would still average over 50. Which tells you really the gap when we have Brian.
We are talking about Brian Lara, we're not talking about over 50.
No, man, then hold on. You want me to tell you where the argument stemmed from? That argument stemmed from the caller who said Steve Smith might end up with a low average.
All right.
You remember that caller there?
Chuck.
All right.
Chuck.
All right.
Chuck did I say? No, it's important. I make this point, you know. Chuck was saying, why me a big up Steve Smith so and him career might go downhill. The point is that even if he met Ducks for 29 more innings, he would still end with an average over 50. That's the point.
Not likely to go down.
Right. So it's unlikely that this man is going to come down to average 5. Yes.
I'm sorry, Andre called before me. You know.
What
I know my company program, I say I'm going to kill you, but I'm not going to kill you. You know what you kill yourself, Orville.
Where do I know?
Orville. Remember, you say callers, you know. Most company, the program, 5 minutes, they must state what them argument is about and take the 5 minutes for the theater, you know. Remember, you said that, you know. You
state your premise.
All right. You company program 1.5 weeks. I'm not going to say 4 years this around, you know. 1.5 weeks every time the program started, touch the Steve Smith and Brian Lara.
No, not every time.
Hold on, Orville, man. Give me about 10 seconds to finish. So you, Orville Higgins, can't, I want you upon the program 3 hours. You can't take 3 hours to get your thing across, you know. You cannot take 3 hours. So it take him now 1.5 weeks and you still can't prove yourself. Every day you keep on a company program with it. What is your say on that?
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
You take on even Pioneer, and Pioneer, they come with the basketball argument. You laugh and Pioneer come off and say, every day you come with the same argument. You can't prove what your point is about. You can't win the argument.
What I want, caller.
You cannot win the argument why every day
I didn't, hold on.
program.
What I want, what I want callers to do is to state them premise, which as you just said, and then give arguments to defend.
So will you apologize
I have
to
stated.
Pioneer?
No, I've stated.
Apologize to Pioneer?
I apologize for what?
Because it's a Pioneer take over more than 1 week, 2 weeks in the basketball thing with Draymond Green. I know you do this 1.5 weeks straight.
No, man, that is not.
You bring it up on the program.
No, I know that me not Pioneer for. I think the argument that Draymond Green was better than Russell, a rubbish argument. I think the argument that Steve Smith is better than Brian is a fair argument.
1 minute after break.
Yeah, give me a minute.
No, man, the board. Yeah, you can't get the minute. You can't get the minute.
The land of water.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, jacking it. Well, you're not jacking
yeah,
the box.
The one minute for this.
Yeah,
below average. We can't stop the Frank Carl program for 2 months, Bridget. Which we don't think we could have find the coach. We don't think we could have fit the team. But what I did at 8, because you guys said 7. Well, I did 7. I had 1 on it. And it wasn't about the Jamaican coach and more successful. But that's the thing with coach that I think is the best. And 1 to 7, I made a little brat up on it. So I'm going to start at number 8 and do it quick. So the number 8 coach I have, and my coach coach me most of my junior career. So at third, Mr. Garfield McDonald. When I see that man do on the coaching field and you some bug team and go final and some competition report, I have to give it to him. Number 7, which will start at the list, Wendell Downswell. The team coach Stetson Reno, and I think he had done wonders with those teams, and also some junior teams in the Jamaica team. Run too fast, Lenny Hyde. You know, Santa Clara and Kites Maria Lenny Hyde from. The late Lenny Hyde when Mr. Bender at Portmore, no, you can't call him Portmore, and Hazard. I know as them Hazard to me. When Bender had that team, Bender had relegate the team. I'm going to like him dog and a beer night. I took that team from Bender when the team was going to be relegated and save the team to relegation and win the league next year. I rate him for that and then move on. I think and win the league. Move on from Lenny. Number 5, Jerome Waite. The great Jerome Waite upon Garden and his school name Charlie Smith. We move to number 4. Mr. Patrick Jackie Walters, the man who is sit down. But Jackie, we hate me. I think Jackie are going up and down on the sideline. Jackie Walters went to 3 high school and won the title. Carl Brown, maybe because I know him personally from your youth, but me rate Carl Brown. I see Carl Brown coaching me day and match and see Carl Brown and talk to the players, move players all over the place and put him on number 3. We put Jeffrey Maxwell at number 2 over him. And the reason I rate Jeffrey Maxwell, nobody not dictate nothing to Jeffrey. I kind of rate that to the man. Jeffrey side of coach, I rate that. Number 1, the man who took Jamaica to the World Cup. He came here, started a little Bramble team and get some players. Even turn them in a semi-pro and some in a pro. Now hold it long, gone.
All right, big up.
Call the program tomorrow. But now stop it and call it.
All right, sir.
Yeah, come. I definitely think Maxwell. I don't know Maxwell have not much on Jeffrey. Not have much on Tapper.
All right.
Hello.
My time.
Yes.
Crusher.
Yeah, well, go on. Big up Orville. Zidane, big up yourself.
Big up yourself.
I make some of the point them on my car for making Orville, but I have a big controversial and I can fix up the thesis after I make it.
Yeah.
See? In today's sport, especially cricket, no previous, you can put whichever era you want to put. With the advent of technology, sport not as good as it used to be. No, it is better now than before.
Generally,
that's
I agree.
Yeah, man. Generally, that's
especially cricket.
Generally, I believe bowling now would be better than it used to be.
Better. Let me ask the question. Which part Ambrose and watching would have them variation with the use of bowling?
Yeah, you must say, generally speaking, bowling is better for me.
That is why I know when time hang up.
Yeah.
Ruling to call my phone and cuss. Watch me now. Which part you find them shots where them batsmen play Brian used to play?
Generally, cricket is at a higher level than them time.
It is at a higher level. And now at a higher level, Steve Smith is doing a lot more than what Brian Lara used to do. Brian Lara have some superb innings, some big innings. We can agree to that. Very exceptional.
Yes,
but
indeed.
Compared to Steve Smith, no, it is a no. And we can accept it as West Indians. A full time, but we start accepting it.
Agreed, my
It's a strong no, brother. So the morning we are calling, here shot to ask the question. What was the question? Come on, answer it to you, because I'm thinking about
No. He's asking which one of them scores more runs per test match. Now, Shatu has over the years ignored not-outs when he's talking about.
You can ignore not-outs all you want.
He's talking strictly about the amount of runs you score per game. And me not think so that is the best way.
You see, if I'm going to do that,
yeah.
If we talk about winning runs.
But Steve Smith is still leading in that, but slightly.
No,
slightly.
No.
So if you combine, no, but Crusher, may I help you, man? If you combine both not-out average and runs per inning, Steve Smith comes out on top.
Would be still better. All right.
So, people are dismiss the Steve Smith point. If you want to think Brian Lara, I know someone say it is impossible to compare the two, and you're mad, man. Yeah, some people text me phone and say, "Oh, me a follow you," and I say, "Boss, so not because me not. There's nothing to bramble because it's a good argument to put Steve Smith."
I believe only I cannot see how people actually think Brian Lara is better than Steve Smith.
I don't understand it neither.
But let me say this to you.
No, put it this way. I understand. I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
No.
I understand it as well. I mean, I agree. But I don't understand why they dismiss Steve Smith.
Because
I get it.
Because of sentiment.
I don't get it why them say it's laughable to compare Steve Smith with Brian Lara right now. And no matter what Steve Smith can go like Brian Lara right
now. Nobody in the world good like Brian Lara for West Indians.
Exactly.
But when I say this to you, when Brian Lara was playing, he wasn't the best side, I know. Jack Callis and them on the comparable and probably better. It can be argued.
In other words, while Brian was playing, there were a lot of other people who was averaging more than him. While Steve Smith are playing now, he's in a class by himself, you know.
Exactly. In test cricket. Virat Kohli is in a class by himself in one-day cricket.
But you know that Virat Kohli has said Steve Smith is the best batsman in this era.
But that is...
Do you know that Manus Labuschagne is prepared to say Steve Smith is probably the best man ever world cricket bat?
I am saying...
We are making it look like there aren't some other greats where I recognize what this man is about, you know.
Listen,
but we're glad that me start a conversation.
I went to the Orville. I never see Bradman.
Yeah.
So I went to say, any man average 99, I give him flowers.
Yeah.
Bradman gone with it. But next to Bradman, apart from when we did say, what is South African name but number 3, Muslim guy. For a part of his career, when he was averaging...
Ashim
Amla.
Yeah.
But he fell off in the end, in the back end.
Yeah.
Sangakkara is, if you compare Sangakkara when he's not keeping to Stephen Smith, I would have said, maybe. Nobody else. nobody else. Maybe you can compete in a car when he's not keeping until the back end of his career because Sangakkara makes some ridiculous runs at one point in his career.
Yeah.
But overall,
except that Sangakkara used to do it against the teams that weren't at the top. Steve Smith averaged 44 or more against everybody when playing. Well, except for Bangladesh where only 2 matches in play.
All right, and I go and say to you, every single team now bowling is better than back then. The man about to call me now and tell me about.
But no, that me I tell him, man, big man. When me see, they have the way how people go about them attacks now. The way man a swing and control cricket ball. Brian Lara never have that to deal with a lot.
The disparity. Now you can say because a man now play enough test cricket, fine, because of T20, and because the disparity between how good a lot of people are now. You're going to find a lot of changes happening in cricket.
Yes.
I'm an arrest man, but with the advent of technology in terms of health, in terms of man, I look for a man, home man, bat, and all these things.
And break it down.
It's way nowadays. And the shots with the batsman them play nowadays.
Plus, you have to agree that the fielding standards have improved than in the 90s when Brian did that play.
And hold on now. Which bowler now? Port Ambrose used to run in and hit the top of half.
Yes.
Which bowler now in this modern day cricket can run in and hit the top of half? 3 balls out and one to go for 4 or 6.
There you go.
That them things are cut out. We need to start cricket as it is.
If Curtly Ambrose should come back now, in ball that travel more than it used to travel.
Oh yeah, man. All them ball that travel more. Because they cannot come and hit the top of half and think that is okay.
When you look at the England was one of the most stodgy teams and the way they might play cricket now. Man, cricket has improved. It doesn't mean that everybody knows better than everybody then.
You know, it's just West Indies team.
Yeah. People are making it look like, say, I want the cricket improve and T20 are part of the reason why it improved.
Big time.
Which doesn't mean that everybody knows better than everybody.
Russia, we're trying to squeeze one more.
Yeah, but Russia, Carl, tomorrow, me and you educate these biased West Indians, my boss.
Well, if me have the time, because I'll get beaten right now.
Well, you take the beating, but stand firm, yes.
Yeah.
What the last one you ask you today? Oh, hello?
Yeah, man.
Preacher.
Yo, if I say G-Star, I don't want to play the Celtics of my brother, man.
Oh, my God.
Not do that, my brother, man. I mean, the Celtics offense is described. Actually, Marcus Smart, one of the Celtics players, described the offense as built on what they call randomness. Zidane, him say, well, there are a couple plays, and pretty much most of the reads come off of those couple of plays. So they have some standardized plays, and then everything kind of flow out of those standardized plays. Zidane? But it only works if the players
but it's simple, my boss. So make it simple for the listeners.
Okay.
When Williams is in the game, the offense is different from when
Orville is in the game.
Orville is in the game. So I don't know what G-Star was talking about. It's a completely different offense you're facing when Williams is in the game as opposed to all Orville.
G-Star knows I'm rating for that level, but no, not do that, my brother. The next thing is this NBA finals was the highest viewed finals in the last 5 years, according to at least one side. See? Now, G-Star said basketball not as exciting to watch. The truth is, basketball has become more exciting.
Mostly. Is exciting the word of music?
Harder
to watch?
Or harder to watch.
Harder to watch.
I mean, in the context of what I say, it seemed like it was linked to that, right? I stand corrected. What may I say? More people are actually finding basketball entertaining and exciting because of one, the outside shooting, two, the fluidity of the game.
Yes. Him said the 90s basketballers were smart.
Well, smart is something where it's hard to measure, you know. Zine, especially when you compare players playing on a basketball court who have coaches and all kind of people around them and call plays and all of that. I don't know how G start getting a people's head to determine that. Zine? But the game is more fluid. We're finding that even players, bigs like Joel Embiid and Jokic and them.
I was going to go to that, you know. If the bigs are smarter now than the bigs.
Those bigs are skiller.
Yes.
Those, well, generally speaking. We know
but he's admitting that they are more skillful now.
Yeah, well, he did say that.
But they are not smarter. You're more skillful, but not more smart.
So, leave that out of the way.
It kind of... if you explain that to me a little bit.
Yeah, G-Star, you know, say, you have to come back, come deep, clarify some of that. The next thing now, some people not really mention Steve Butner in a them conversation about local coach, right?
Yeah.
Probably because Butner never coached at the Premier League level. I never win at the Premier League level. I don't know if he coached at the club level in Jamaica, but he knows he has 6 championships him lead Cornwall College as a coach.
6D Cup.
6D Cup.
Yeah, as much as that.
Steve Butner. Yeah, man. I think it's 6. I mean, no less than 5. I know he won as well as the captain. He captained the team as well. See? And won the D Cup as the captain. There's another coach more I mentioned where people now really know about, but a man named Percival Eitzman Cardwell. See? Percival Eitzman Cardwell, in my book, goes on as one of the greatest youth coaches Jamaica has ever seen. He produced players like Jermaine Teddy Johnson, Kashai Hines, Ernest Spencer, Robbie Scott, the whole other group of people that came through St. George's College and St. George's. A.D. Percival Cardwell have a lot to do with them players there. See? A lot of the coaches where we are big up now benefit from some of them coach there, you know. We prepare some youth at the youth level and transition them to a level where them could have coached them. You have some coach who can't coach youth, you know. They can only coach big man. And you have some coach who can't coach big man. They can only coach youth.
Yeah.
Theodore Tapper Whitmore strike me as a kind of coach who doesn't do well when he has players who play at the highest level of football playing for him. When he's coaching local players who kind of revere him, kind of see him as Whitmore, the man who played in a World Cup.
Somebody say that Hingeman from Breezy Castle.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Iceman, man. Oh. Iceman, man. One of the greatest ever, man. Now, when Whitmore adds those players who played in England, he seems to not be able to effectively.
Anyway, a 401, you know, Lord have mercy.
A 401?
Yes. We now get paid for them overtime, yeah.
All right, no worries.
We talk again.
We talk tomorrow. Call earlier.
Yeah, man, cool.
All right, definitely. All right, that is it. It was a great program with a lot of cricketing discussions. Who's the better bowler? Who is the better bowler? It was very exciting. I enjoyed it. Sitting back listening. All right, big up to Nicholas Burford. Big up to Craig Mann. Big up to Sean Granny Producer. Join us tomorrow. Same place, same time, all over again. Until then, have yourselves a great evening.
That's the Sports Desk for today. Remember to tune in and participate on the Sports Desk Mondays through to Fridays 1 to 4 p.m.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.